For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
This is Echo. Echo Electric Supply is an independently owned and operated wholesale electrical distributor and has been since 1950. They take great pride in providing value-added products because they understand the needs of their customers. Sometimes those needs are more unique, and that's not a problem. And with 18 locations throughout the Midwest, they can provide fair-priced services and solutions to more people than ever before. This is Echo.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Simtrax Broadcast, and we're coming to you live here with the Racing Revolution League on this fine Wednesday night at none other than Kansas Motor Speedway. Definitely an interesting track, as you notice there from the blimp view that there is a little bit of an inside track, but we're going to be making only left turns tonight on the outside, of course, where these guys can get the fastest. Fastest out there on the track would be Tay McDonald, who is, of course, driving the number 26 Echo Electric Ford out there. So I appreciate Echo Electric signing on here tonight for the running of the Echo Electric 200 at Kansas. This is the round of 16, race number 2. And the drivers right now are puckered up big time because they are really, really hoping they're going to be able to keep back on track and have no problems out there on the track crashing into each other and getting very messed up. As Stella, you know very well, there's absolutely no fast repairs here in the Racing Revolution League unless we are on a super speedway track.
That is correct, but we do have 5 sets of tires waiting for them in the pits and a stage break tonight at lap 40.
All right, and Terry Hudgens is out there saying, here we go. You're right. Already getting lined up for this one. Only about a minute left here in qualifying. Some of the best times up there on the chart. Our guys in the running here for the playoffs are in blue. Guys who are locked in for the next round. If you remember about the race last week, Robert Rader came away with the win. We mark him green here tonight. He is a good to go for the next round. If he places dead last here tonight, he will still have the opportunity of making it. He is now in an untouchable area for this run here tonight. So where he places will not matter. But Tay McDonald, with his biggest season yet here with the Racing Revolution League in the highest position he's sitting in, he has got to show up and he's got to show out here tonight. I've got 27 drivers out there on the track putting down some solid times here. And right now, Nick Shelby in the 58 Chevrolet looks like he's going to be, unfortunately, dead last. They're at the end with I believe, a 31.92. But with as draft heavy as Kansas Speedway is, Stella, I definitely expect to see door-to-door driving and different lines these guys are going to try to take to overtake each other tonight.
So tonight we are back to the draft rather than last week where it was every man for himself.
That it was. All right, let's take a little look at what we've got on for tonight. 134 laps. Of course, the stage break will be at lap 40. Drivers will be, of course, come down, I'm sure, to take tires and a full tank of fuel, seeing that we're only running 50%. And they'll have 5 sets of tires, so they're probably going to saw away at least one of those, leaving them 4 for the remainder of the race. Of course, your broadcaster here, Patrick Morrison, and Stella joining alongside me with a 104-degree temperature out there on the track. This should be a doozy for you guys here tonight. I can't wait to show you these guys lining up onto the track. As soon as we get them locked and loaded, few more drivers down there on the track. I'm sure they're getting ready to go through a little bit of setup here, but let's get going here. Tay McDonald and Trevor Earhart will be starting in row number 1. That is a fantastic start, but a dangerous place to be. As we made a joke last week, little Trevor Earharting people, it didn't hurt anybody. Alex Forget will be starting 3rd. Robert Rader will be 4th. These two battle along side by side last race as well, along with Travis Gilbert. Unfortunately, not enough to make the playoffs this year, but he is still becoming a force to be reckoned with if he is able to come into the Racing Revolution next year. I guarantee you we'll see him in a top 10 position leading into next year. He'll be starting next to the fuel calculator. Grant Thorpe starting 6th. James Loveland will be 7th. Tyler Harrison, 8th position for him. Caleb Gilbert will be starting 9th next to Daniel Holloway, the Candy Man. Let's see how he does coming into this league. Chris Nail will be 11th next to Blake Cook. Blake Cook actually been a little bit of a hiatus lately. Glad to see him back. Greg Turner starting the 06 machine. He'll be starting 13th next to Michael Bennett. Bennett needing a good race here tonight. He is very, very close to the cutoff line, and we'll show you guys the points a little bit later here tonight. But right now, Michael Bennett needs to have a fantastic race tonight. Nick Alves, he's doing just as well there for Performance Motorsports, but again, he's going to need a win here very, very soon. John Fleck will be starting 16th next with Matthew Robinson and Jeremy Burns to the rear. Burns, terrible qualifying time back there in the 18th position. Jacob Sarkovich, he's right now below cutoff line, sitting 19th. Christopher Schaefer will be 20th. Justice Murphy, another driver, I scratch my head here wondering, man, what is going on? Flips his number backwards there. He'll be starting 21st. Devin Hutchins will be in the 84th. 22nd, J-Man. And that is actually John Mankowski. That's where he'll be in the 93 Chevrolet, starting in 23rd. And Jackson Lomax. Talk about long time no see out of that guy of the Smyrna Ready Mix machine. Glad to see him back out there as well, Stella. No, we are not done. Let's get to the last few drivers here. Kevin Orlando back in the field, 25. Trevor Keith, 26. Those are the lowest drivers out here. Nick Shell sitting 27th. He got a little extra time out there getting some practice in with these guys, but this should be a fantastic race. I can't wait to see how this one goes. But Tay McDonald, Trevor Earhart taking off here. First part here of Kansas. Green flag's out. Let's go. Stella, we're looking at Tay McDonald in a brand new paint scheme here, looking pretty sharp in the black and red, who is leading the pack. 21 gets left in the dust here. I have found many drivers out here have just seemed to find that outside line will hold, and it's faster, and there's no way around it. But can the right side tires hold for as long as they can? We'll have to see. And Stella, we're already seeing lap number 1. Tay McDonald off to a strong start. 0.3 of a second lead here as the rest of the cars are double file behind them. This is going to be a tough race.
All right. And in this race, do we have, go below that line and you can advance penalties?
No.
Or
This is
is that
this is a white line here. You are allowed to pass below that line. If it were a yellow line, that would be different. Let's rotate back to the back of the field here where we see Robert Rader getting under a little bit of heat here. Alice Forget, notice Alice Forget. He's in a new paint scheme tonight. And, man, if you guys weren't confused enough getting the throwback race last race, here we
Yes.
are with Alice Forget in the 19 Toyota. Instead of red and white, we're blue and white tonight. So interesting numbers here as these guys keep moving around. But check out the paint scheme there on the side of Robert Rader's of his machine there. Check that out, Stella.
I like it. It still brings in the Chapman, nice and bold, but I do like this new. It kind of looks like a lawn.
Yeah, very, very good as the old paint scheme back here with Caleb Gilbert, another force to be reckoned with there for the Element X Racing team, sitting 7th. Now, I do want to point out here, Stella, we are missing a key component here of the Element X Racing team, as Jeffrey Israel is not here tonight, and right now that is huge for his points run and what that means for the Element X Racing team.
Yes, because as I'm looking at the points, he is sitting 15th, so he is already below the cutoff line for when we move past the next race, and they take only the top 12.
Take a look. Tay McDonald still leading this race here. When I say they call it the Electric 200, I would probably guess here, Stella, that is Tay McDonald calling his shot. He's going to need a win here tonight to get an easy slide into the next round. I've got to admit, if that 26 machine can do it here tonight, boy, I guarantee you he would be ecstatic to come away with a playoff win here with the Racing Revolution. But the two toughest guys are sitting behind him, Robert Rader and Trevor Earhart, sitting here in the back of the field. And not really the back of the field. They're making it look like the back of the field with a half a second lead Tay McDonald has already built here. But this is looking pretty tight as Alice Forget gets nudged there by James Loveland. But that is pretty ugly there as it looks like he's sliding all around the track. We're already heading it up with some bumping and grinding out there, Stella. Do you think we're going to see a whole bunch of cautions here tonight?
Well, the last time they were here at Kansas, they did run about the same amount of laps and 8 cautions, so there's a good chance.
Yeah, look at where Trevor Earhart is pinched here as the 53 almost takes his nose off there. Two guys almost meeting at the exact same spot. Caleb Gilbert about to get a good run, give a little bit of Grant Thorpe, little nudge that he might or may not need heading into the turn here. But talk about really, as Tay McDonald drives away with this one, leading by almost a second and a quarter now, he is laughing right now with the time, really 2nd through 8th place, ending there with Chris Nail that's starting to get involved in this whole scheme they've got going on back there. James Loveland, Forget, now we're already seeing Grant Thorpe, Robert Rader, Trevor Earhart sitting right next to him, Caleb Gilbert, and Chris Nail, like I said, in the 88 Toyota, getting ready to run up into the back of that field and continue to press on. But we take a look at some of the paint schemes out here. Notice the yellow banner on some of our drivers out there. That will also indicate that is a playoff driver. Let me see if we can get a little closer out there. There's Caleb Gilbert out there with a yellow banner on top. He is a playoff driver, so that way you can definitely identify who is still in the running and figure out where these guys are. I try to help you guys out as well out there on the timer, but notice the number 1 who was not here last week, Matthew Robinson. He is returned back, and right now he has got to have a good showing here, Stella. When you finally make it into the playoffs with the Racing Revolution League, you can't miss a race.
No, I wouldn't think so, because these guys are they're up and away, and they don't look back.
Yeah, right now Matthew Robinson is biggest mover of the race here. He's moved up 9 positions to get a hold of 8th, so not too shabby here. As right now he's got to maintain concentration. You can see by the look on his face he's in the zone, and hopefully he's going to stay on a fast run here tonight. But right now, Stella, I'm a little concerned about Travis Gilbert. Travis Gilbert has actually fallen almost 5th. He's fallen exactly 15 positions. He had a top 5 start. Right now he's fallen down to 20th.
Yes.
It looks like, he might fall down in the 16th position as Jeremy Burns tries to make up after a couple of positions he's already lost this race. This is really, really sketchy from some of these other drivers. And why are we seesawing so much? But let's flip on up here to where Kevin Orlando is, and this giant gaggle of cars in front of him. This is not looking good, and we might be able to have a chance to look off John Mankowski's hood here and kind of see what exactly is going on in front of these guys as the field definitely begins to spread apart.
Yeah, I noticed when we had a close-up of Matthew Robinson, his car was getting a little slippery. So maybe it's just that, I don't know, tire warm-up, because at the degrees we are out here, this is roasting. Shouldn't they be sticking by now?
Yes, as the track begins to rubber up and definitely create new and different lines out there, the drivers are going to have to sit here and combat along with different track temperatures, different track status changes, and the way the state of the track becomes. As you can see, we saw a little bit of Blake Cook right there, nailing the wall there just a little bit there, but man, he's having a hard time out here tonight as well. But Kansas is such an odd track. You kind of think it's as just another 1.5 mile track. It's shaped very differently, especially when it comes to the front stretch. Is the drivers are getting up around 190 miles an hour before they really start tipping into turn one. So they're having to slow way up. There we go. Blake Cook back into the wall again. Oh, Travis Gilbert. About to cause some problems there as Blake Cook almost comes down, and they almost make contact with John Mankowski. Welcome to the Racing Revolution League. They're going to hammer him to pieces here if he's not careful. But already we are looking at just a giant mess of cars here, especially in the back, of where are they going to be and how can they figure out how do you find your safe zone here? Because right now these guys are switching back and forth, moving side to side, and we've almost got guys taking each other out only 15 laps into this race.
Yeah, I don't know right now if they're trying to take each other out. I think, clink. Sorry, Mankowski just kissed the wall a little bit. I think they're trying to survive. Between the slippery, between the bumps. I mean, these guys are headed into the wall. They're just feeling out the track. Maybe a couple of them needed a little bit more practice.
Somebody else who's feeling out the track there a little bit was Jeremy Burns. He was almost down into the grass as he went 4 wide there for just a split second there with Jackson Lomax, John Mankowski, and John White. That was looking pretty sketchy there. It looks like everything's calmed and settled down there. And I think the first person down pit road, Justice Murphy. Justice Murphy and Jacob Surkovich already working their way down pit road at this point in time. Stella, what's the call here?
I don't know, because those two are the only ones on the BDE Motorsports team tonight. So I think there's some kind of strategy.
Yeah,
What it is?
Yeah, there might be. This could be definitely gamble for some stage points. If you remember anything, Justice Murphy had an awful race last race. He got hammered to pieces out there, but this immediately puts him a lap down, and it's going to be absolutely terrible if a caution comes out and puts these guys a few laps down. That would definitely not be a good run here. Looks like Robert Rader might be on the same page here. I think he's looking back in his book here and saying, hey, he might have something. So we're already going to plan C before we execute A and B there. So let's get back out front where Tay McDonald is a 2.5 seconds ahead. Grant Thorpe chasing him down, seeing if he can. With Alice Forget behind him, James Loveland is sitting fourth, and Caleb Gilbert rounding out our top 5. Another big mover out there is Nick Alves. Nick Alves not doing too shabby out there. I know he has been really trying his best to get some solid times out there, but Stella, any word on Nick Alves and what he's going to do to try to turn his luck around here?
No, not offhand, but if he remembers last time they were at Kansas, Rader was the one who won. So if there's any secrets to be had, I think Robert Rader or Earhart, who came in second, or Loveland, who came in third, might have those answers.
Oh, yeah. Well, taking a look at Nick Alves, we just got a quick little glimpse of him. It looks like when you see him reaching over there and touching something to the side, that may be his button box. He may be changing actually something he's got going on down pit road as he enters pit road here. He may be only selecting right side tires here, seeing that may be the call here of the beginning of this race to figure out if this is going to tighten up the race car a little bit or if this is going to gain some time, because right now he's going to be losing some positions here, obviously coming down pit. I do want to take an eyeball on that number 24 machine. Now let's see what we get here. Yep, Michael Bennett working his way in. Looks like the Performance Motorsports team is on their way down. 1, 2. Ooh.
Okay.
Stella, an
And
interesting
they-
call here, because remember how Justice Murphy pit, and that is a lot different. So let's see where Jeremy Burns is. Burns now moving up 12 positions, sitting 6th, but this may be short-lived, as right now Tay McDonald is off to an insane lead, kind of an
Yeah.
yeah, it almost looks like an exhibition race here, as a 6.5 second lead. I think he's trying to break Jeremy Burns' run here. Let's take a look. Here's Tay McDonald. Here they come. Here's second, third, fourth. So,
It's like a greyhound race. He's the rabbit.
yeah, definitely a hard, big separation here between first and second. Tay McDonald, I think everybody's trying to see when the rabbit may come down into pit road, but I would love to see this be Tay McDonald's race, but every time I call it, everything doesn't go well.
Yeah.
So let's see if this can continue on here. Let's go ahead out to the chat where Joshua Abbott, Debbie Smith, Terry Earhart is out there. Even Jade Hudgens is out there. Appreciate you guys joining here into the chat. We've got definitely a whole bunch of crazy racing out here as we're looking at so many drivers doing different pit strategies already here in the race, and I'm excited to see how well the rest of this first stage goes. That, of course, stopping at lap 40. I do want to give a shout out there to QSR Simulations and Derek Chapman. Appreciate you guys definitely joining out here as well. Obviously, Jade Hudgens rooting on Devin Hudgens. Devin Hudgens remaining out and not pitting as of yet, so this should move Devin Hudgens into the 5th position, which it does. But our leader of the race, Tay McDonald, coming down pit road now. So this is an interesting call. We'll have to see. You know, Stella, quick. So only right sides, or does he take all 4?
All 4.
Right sides are up. Tay McDonald not taking any chances on the right side. Let's see. Oh yeah. Right side tires for Tay McDonald. He squirts back out onto the track. He's trying to hurry up. Remember, Justice Murphy, one of the first drivers to get out there, only taking right sides as well. Let's see how well Tay McDonald falling off. There he is. Woo, man. That does put Tay McDonald a lap down here, as Travis Gilbert still has to come down. Drivers who have yet to pit, the top 5.
Yeah.
So Travis Gilbert, Kevin Orlando, John Fike, Devin Hudgens, and Christopher Schaefer. They have yet to pit. Kevin Orlando's going to change that now on the way he comes down the 27 Starry Ford. Looks like he's staying pretty solid. Let's see how calm he is there in the cockpit. Yeah, he might be A-okay. Whoop. Oh. Normally this is right when we see guys cussing there on the deal. You miss that pit box, that is bad news. But Travis Gilbert, remember I was saying, if this dude had made it the entire season, that would have definitely done it for him. Alice Forget is a lap down, so is Tay McDonald. Remember, Travis Gilbert is yet to pit, so they are immediately getting their laps back. That way, in case there is a caution, he can get out of there. Yeah, not too shabby right now for Travis Gilbert. John Fike has yet to pit still. Devin Hudgens still hanging out there. I'm interested to see how these guys are making it this far, but it is giving us a little insight here, Stella, on the fuel window. As guys start to stay out, we're noticing, okay, these cars will go 28 laps, but really what is the cost? So far we are looking at our race leader of Tay McDonald, who was running out there with a 31:39 was his best time. Not the best out of everybody on the track, but the best time he ran was a 31:39 leaving the field. And right now we're looking at Travis Gilbert running a 32:73 was his last lap time. So some of
Yeah.
these guys out there have got to start kind of weighing their options here as we got the last lap times up on the board. You see the top four is falling off heavily. Schaefer as the worst out there with a 33.2.
Yeah, they need to come in.
Yeah, those tires aren't going to hold out much longer. They may think they can come down, throw on maybe 2 or 4, and then fuel up and go. Maybe with a little less fuel, they might be able to save some time. Or definitely try to drop it back there a little bit and see if they can get some weight savings, but it's not looking good. Devin Hudgens right now, he's got to start weighing his options here. Travis Gilbert, he's called it quits. Fike takes the lead. Devin Hudgens remains out. No kidding.
Nice.
Yeah, so the 84 machine still remains out onto the track.
So Fike, Hudgens, and Schaefer at this point are the only ones who haven't come in.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting opportunities here for these drivers and where they're going to go. Seeing his hand is off the wheel there, I'm wondering if he's getting ready to downshift and come on in. There he comes. Devin Hudgens coming in.
All right.
All right, yep. And which means Schaefer comes in, and now Fike. Fike is the only driver out there, so Fike take flight here. Let's see how he can do in the Danos machine. The number 10 Chevrolet still not pitting here. I love the way this is going. If a caution comes out, you want to talk about an absolute upset on the race. That would definitely change up a lot of guys out here, as right now about half the field is behind. I would say something's up here. Yeah,
There we go.
Raiders in pit for the last minute and 20 seconds here.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. Something tells me, remember, the race doesn't matter here. I figured he would have been out there trying to score some stage points.
Yeah.
But I'm not showing anything, and anything going out there on the race. We'll see if anything helps.
Heck, at this point, I'm looking at Burns. He was 2 laps down. He's got one of them back. But what in the world happened there?
Well, it's not yet. Burns, he came down, and it looks like he had a speeding penalty. 55 seconds in the box, as well as Nick Shelf. 55 seconds. So
That'll do
both
it.
speeding penalties, that's going to ruin their race. Trevor Keith is another driver who ended up down and out. And from what I'm getting here, internet issues for both Robert Rader and Trevor Keith.
Wow. And Robert Rader's in the infield car care center if you'd like to.
That he is. That he is. And it's looking pretty rough out here for the drivers. So let's see if we can get back up to our top 3. Caleb Gilbert, Tay McDonald, and right now, Justice Murphy. With a good call here, he might see if he can hold on to a top 3. He's desperately going to need it here. But we'll see if we can grab Robert Rader here, as unfortunately it looks like an internet connection has ruined his chances of any kind of stage points here tonight. Oh, Daniel Holloway almost takes out Justice Murphy here. Holy cow. Boy, somebody's going to go
I missed
up.
that excitement.
Yeah,
Oh my heavens.
Somebody's going to go up there on the top of the spotter tower and slap that guy around. Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, Justice just made a mention of it there over the radio, but yeah, we're here in Kansas having a great time, Patrick.
Rob, talk to me about this race here a little bit. While you were out there, you were able to come from behind there just a hair, get in front of Trevor Earhart, and try to see if you can run down Tay McDonald. Now, right now, if things go well, Tay McDonald right now was the sharpest looking tack out here, and I'm wondering if anybody's going to be able to have the kind of speed to beat him here tonight.
Well, he's super fast. I mean, I heard from my teammates he was really fast on the long run too, so it's not just a short run thing. He's showing that right now. Put it on the pole. I mean, it's hard to argue with speed like that, so obviously putting himself in a great position. He's on track. It seemed like he was quick. A big benefit here is going to be that clean air. So, getting started, I wanted to try to get as close to the front as possible in order to have some clean air. And I just pushed way too hard, I think. It doesn't take a whole lot to get the tires behind, and then at that point it's hard to recover. So, it didn't really work out for me. And then I think myself and Trevor Keith, who both live in Missouri, got disconnected at the same time. So It would appear that there's some kind of server issue happening, which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm not particularly happy about it, but at least I'm locked in. I feel really bad for Trevor Keith, who's going to have to dig himself out of a hole he probably shouldn't be in. So.
Yeah, Trevor Keith, definitely the woes continue for the number 15 Ford out there. Hopefully Trevor will be able to recover probably next week if this race doesn't turn up for him. I believe he's definitely 5 laps out of this one.
Well, for Trevor Keith, he's number 13 below the line. So next week he would have to really kill it.
Oh, yeah. Well, Stella, take a look at somebody who's killing it. Now, I try to not give Tay as much camera time here as possible, but this guy is right now half a second faster than anybody else on the track and actually starting to pick up speed.
I like it.
And this is coming up on the stage break, and you've got to be thinking, you know, if you come back down pit road, it's got to be 4 tires fuel because you cannot let this guy squirt away. Obviously, right side tires, and he's gaining. I mean, he's now 2.5 seconds ahead, and he's picked up 2 seconds in a matter of 3 laps. I mean, this is insane now for Tay to pick up this kind of speed.
At this point, I think he could go ahead and pull back a little bit. Still, he's going to get the stage win and save some tires. He's got 2 seconds on him.
Well, I would definitely agree with that. Seeing that they're going to be coming down on lap 40.
Right. Right now.
Try to get away from any kind of trouble, if anything's going to happen. So Tay McDonald is our stage winner. Rob, this guy is on fire. Caleb Gilbert comes second, and Grant Thorpe moves up 3 positions to sit in third. I almost think Grant Thorpe sometimes is an underdog here, and he's kind of counted out. But I'm wondering when Grant Thorpe is gonna open it up here. Where is he gonna get a win, or a podium position that's really gonna shock everybody here?
Well, the thing for Grant is he's super fast. He just never gets the credit for how fast he is. So, he's always quietly 4th, 5th, 6th, right? And, he can win races on speed. It's just he has really bad luck with things falling his way, but he's also a master of strategy, compared to most of the guys out here. So I'm super excited to see him running up front on speed like he is, because once you open up that strategy box and give him the track position that he already has, I would not want to bet against him right now at this point in the race for sure.
Oh yeah, the fuel calculator could come in a big play here. I love the call actually by Justice Murphy coming up actually 16 positions in the race, Stella, with that pit call that he made earlier in the race. This could be really his turnaround here, as unfortunately he has been absolutely butchered here in the past few races. He is yet to be able to get a solid finish for any part, no matter how hard this guy tries. But hopefully we'll see him continue to push along and get some faster time out here and get a solid position. As pit road heats up right now, a couple of guys slinging down there. Let's take a look at our championship standings here. Right now, Robert Rader is in the lead. Remember, he is locked in with 1,073 points. Jeremy Burns sits second. Caleb Gilbert is third. So the Element X team is yet to be broken up. Tay McDonald sits fourth. Trevor Earhart is fifth. Loveland Berube. Looks like Nick Alves, Grant Thorpe, Jeffrey Israel, Michael Bennett, Kevin Orlando. Those are our guys right now, Stella, if I'm believe. Those are the guys above the cutoff line?
Cutoff would be 13 Matthew Robinson, 14 Justice Murphy, 15 Jacob Sirkovich, and 16 Trevor Keith.
All right, well, we'll take a look at it out there because I want to make double sure that I've got everything squared away and guys are correctly here with the standings. Robinson, Justice Murphy, Jacob Sirkovich, and Trevor Keith are below the line.
Yes.
So they are going to have a hard time. Justice Murphy needs a solid finish here, as right now he is 8 below the line, as well as Jacob Sirkovich. So Team BDE trying to change it up here. Trevor Keith with another sorrowful race here, 10 below the line. And Matthew Robinson not making the last race, sitting now outside looking in. Kevin Orton, but he's tied with Orlando and Bennett. You want to talk about a heartbreaker. Bennett doesn't make it in. After he's been battling so hard, he said, I'm going to make it on a win next year. And he did. He made it on a win this year, but we're right on the edge, and we're teetering on the edge again. You know, he told me we'd get at least a round to 8 out of him, and we're gonna have to see if that's gonna be true or not.
Yeah, he's going to have to work hard, run fast, jump high.
Yeah, well, no more Rocket League for him. Got to get back onto the track as Michael Bennett has got a lot of work to do. Right now, sitting 14th before the choose cone rule, and it looks like he is going to get a little warmed up here.
Refresher.
I ought to ask him if Slurp serves any of that. Oh,
Coming up to the choose now.
All right. Let's get back up there where Tay McDonald, I'm sure I would probably guess Tay McDonald here is going to go ahead and decide to take the outside line. That has been his strongest area yet.
I don't know about that. I might take the bottom if I were him. You don't get up to speed fast enough for the outside to be beneficial, I don't think.
Yeah, you might be right. Tay McDonald does choose the outside, though. Gutsy move. Right now, it looks like admins are keeping an eye out there, watching that cutoff line, making sure no one fumbles here. Boy, look how many people didn't take that inside line. That's going to be tough. All right, as guys stack up, we're going to start shifting around here a little bit. Let's see. Tay McDonald and Caleb Gilbert will be starting side by side. That looks like, I believe, that should be Grant Thorpe probably starting down there in third. Next, Alex Forget. That means Trevor Earhart and Daniel Holloway. Check out the Candyman moving his way on up 4 positions. Justice Murphy, he's into the top 10 deep enough, sitting in that 7th-8th position there with Matthew Robinson. And 9 and 10th will be James Loveland and Nick Alves. Look at Nick Alves coming into the top 10.
Father and son.
There we go. I was going to say this should be a
There
father and
it
son
is.
duo here.
They'll appreciate that one out of you.
Oh, boy. So Tay McDonald, yeah, you know, Rob, after I said it, I said, you know, it might be a heck of an idea to actually get a heck of a launch there on the bottom and be able to take off and then cut up to make sure no one can get a good run on him here. But right now, this is going to be all Tay's launch here. Let's see how he does. Ooh, yeah, gets almost a car length. And Alex Forget sticking to him like glue here. Let's see how long he can hold on as Tay McDonald has been able to squirt away here as of late. Somebody's got to figure out how to break this guy up or get him off his game here, because now we're out to 2, 3, 4, 5 car lengths now, and Tay McDonald's starting to take off. That quarter of a second lead was already huge. Now let's get back where the trouble starts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grant and Earhart were playing jump rope there for a second.
Oh yeah, I'm fairly certain these guys were both. Rob, weren't these guys both BDE members?
I mean, they're good friends away from the racetrack. I think they've been on a team together before, I think maybe season 1. Yeah, but, you know, I mean, sometimes you got to race your teammates the hardest, you know?
Yeah, I guess so, or you know what he's going to do. Alice Forget finally getting up there into second, still under fire here by Caleb Gilbert. And right now we are led by a Ford, followed by a Toyota, and we're trying to see where the next Chevrolet comes in. That's going to be Trevor Earhart's Chevrolet, and he sits now 5th. But he is still battling along the bottom here where Daniel Holloway is. So this is looking pretty tough, and Stella, I don't know, if something tells me in the back of my mind, oof, Daniel Holloway almost getting into number 21 there, not looking good.
Yeah, there's something.
It gets a little loose if you stay in the throttle, especially early in the run. It's like one of those things where it pushes and pushes and pushes. It gets really tight, and then as you get to the wall, all of a sudden it grips up a little bit. It kind of kicked the back end of the car out a little bit. It's kind of what it looked like out of Daniel. But speaking of Daniel, P4 is a really great run for him. He's had some bad luck, too. I mean, it's not just speed that's kept him more mid-pack. He's had some bad luck, but he's looking really good tonight. He's in contention for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Little shot to Caleb there heading into the corner, too.
Hey, gotta let him know you're here. You ain't playing anymore. Daniel Holloway right now kind of teetering in the top 5. Jackson Lomax was sitting 10th before Nick Alves took it over. And those are the 2 drivers in the top 10 that are not in playoff contention. But, man, you kind of wonder if next year, if they decide to return, these guys could be a couple of, ones that could be possibly out there toying around with the round of 16. Is the racing gets so much harder each and every year, and the class and the style of driving gets much much better each and every year. So Tay McDonald out there by almost half a second now. And right now we're watching the battle here for third, where Caleb Gilbert hangs down below, and the outside line is going to be helped there with Daniel Holloway and Matthew Robinson teaming up. Where's the fuel calculator come in, or is Grant hang back?
Well, see, here's the thing, right? Not to give away too much here, but the fifth, oh, got a caution out here. Not sure what happened. Going to be in the back. Christopher Schaefer involved. Jacob Surkovich.
Yep. And Jacob Surkovich needing a race here tonight.
Yeah, he needs a good showing tonight in order to keep himself in it points-wise here.
Very much.
Yeah, and he definitely battled hard and tried very hard and got into the playoffs by the skin of his teeth, made it barely in. And now the woes continue here. Let's try to see if we can flip on back and take a look and see what happens here. Where Jacob Surkovich here in the back.
Jacob said he got a little loose. I'm guessing they're going to kind of meet in the middle here.
Nope.
Take a look at Blake Cook. He was crunch.
Yeah, that's the definition of a racing deal right there.
Oof. Get out of there, Fike.
He did.
Yeah, that was a nasty wreck here. I'm trying to
Oh, we got some takers to pit road here. Not very many, but a few coming to pit road. This is a kind of gutsy decision right here. This is a great decision if you go green, and gonna put you in a bad spot if the cautions fall differently. This could get really interesting. You got Daniel Holloway, Grant Thorpe, I believe that's Blake Cook, and then we got some guys in the back. Travis Gilbert's one of them, I believe, coming down here.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a run through them here. Thorpe, Holloway, Travis Gilbert, Blake Cook, Grant Turner, Jacob Surkovich. Of course, coming down, flat spot those tires a good bit. Christopher Schaefer, John Mankowski, and Nicholas Schell coming down. Interesting enough, seeing that guy, seeing how he is back down pit road. Nicholas Schell having a boatload of trouble here tonight in that 58 Chevrolet. Hopefully he can kind of get over top of this and get back to the front. Right now sitting 20th, has at least seven positions up from where he originally gained, from where he originally started. Let's get back to guys with extended pit time. Grant Turner still sitting down pit, so is Surkovich. I don't see any broken toe links out of the number 18 Chevrolet, but it looks like Schaefer able to squeeze on out. John Mankowski is out, and Surkovich remains.
So it's interesting to note here, this is not a pit stop that's going to help them with fuel mileage to the finish. So we have 90 laps from the end, roughly 90 laps from the end of our stage to the end of the race, and you can make it about 30 laps apiece on those green flag runs. You can save a little bit if you really plan to, but they were all going to have to stop the same number of times. At this point, these guys still have to pit the same number of times as the guys who didn't come down for tires here. So this is entirely a tire play at this point anyway. Obviously, that could, the fuel situation could change if we get a rash of cautions or something. But it's really interesting call because they're giving up a ton of positions. I don't know where Daniel Holloway is on track now, but he's outside the top 15 for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually,
but he's going to be really fast.
Number 19.
Yeah, he actually came down pit. Looks like a 5-second pit stall time. Quick splash and go here for the Candyman.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's coming down. He's going to put a little more fuel in it. I don't know about that. I don't think you can make it from here no matter what you do if we stay green without taking an extra pit stop. But I don't know.
Unless he can offset.
Maybe he knows something I don't.
Yeah. Holloway, Grant Thorpe, Nick Schell, Travis Gilbert, John Fike came back down pit as well. Grant Turner still remains, and Surkovich, he's alive, working his way back out onto the track. Let's see. Choose cone rule. Should be in effect here. Let's see where Tay decides to go. Hangs back to the outside.
Tried to psych somebody out, though.
Yeah. We gotta try to see if we can get something going on. Right now, Go for Broke Racing pretty happy with the way their team's holding up here tonight. Got Orlando sitting down in 13th. Trevor Keith unfortunately had a disconnect, and the last driver we're looking for out there is Travis Gilbert.
He's in 22nd or 23rd, I believe.
Yeah, Travis Gilbert actually revisiting down pit road again.
Ken.
Yeah, it looks like a 5.5-second pit stall time trying to splash and go, but we've seen this guy make it a lot farther than we expected in some races, but he has got a... Boy, they're going to have to pit again. It's just, is he going to try to go for a 1 or 2 stop here? That would be probably what I would guess is the idea, is trying to go for a 1 stopper and make it to the end. See, Rob,
1 stop's never going to
fuel
happen.
mileage? Your fuel mileage is
It's-
what, like 30 laps or so?
Yeah,
Right on
that's-
30 laps. If you save, you can maybe get 32. I mean, look, for these guys who came down and took tires right here, the goal is to drive up through the field. It's going to be exciting to watch, but it should be noted too, like, if you're going to start in the back anyway, you may as well get the best fuel mileage you can and see what your options are. Open up as many options as you can. As Trevor Earhart gets kind of a rough restart here.
Oh, yeah. It looks like Matthew Robinson sidestepped it there, kicked it out a little bit, and Earhart, he missed the pedal, so Earhart down to 6th here. He's going to have a hard time fighting it on back as Justice Murphy sits in front of him for 5th. As the drivers you talked about moving fast, let's float on back here. Justin Harris, obviously, Tay McDonald is going to take off with this one yet again. I'm already moving on back where Tyler Harrison sits in the 45 Toyota next to Chris Nail. Both new drivers to this league have put a couple of miles in with the Racing Revolution League. Definitely having a good time out here, not causing too many problems. Look at Michael Bennett to the outside, number 14 Ford, trying to get it on going there. 2 slurp machines, one doing better than the other. Serkovich is going to back in his pocket here and try to throw him back out on the table next race because he's having a hard time tonight. But the number 27 you see is Kevin Orlando tucking in behind Nick Alves, and right now, not a whole lot of movement so far here. As a couple of the drivers that did come down pit road just might be sitting back here a little bit.
Caution's out.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it looks like John Mankowski spun around. Uh-oh. All right.
I'll
He's,
tell you, Jade
apologizing
Hudgens.
over the radio there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, him and Fike. Oh, no, Shell.
Shell cut it
Yep.
too.
If that didn't break Shell's toe link.
That definitely broke Shell's toe. There's no way. Yeah, that thing's broken. That sucks for those guys. Mankowski hasn't had a lot of starts here tonight, and that was a little bit of a mistake. But I mean, he's
Oh, my heavens.
performed pretty well in the short time he has been here. So you hate to see that for him.
Boy.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, he was messed up.
What a hit, though. Trying to see if we can get a good angle of this. Oh, come on,
I'm
come on,
very
come on,
sad.
come on. Oh.
Almost. Yep.
Boom.
I'm surprised it broke the left front. That's maybe he hit so hard on the right it broke the left.
Wow, what a hit.
Yeah, 'cause that left front tire, left front toe link is done.
Yeah,
What a
he's locked
hit.
up. Ugh.
Mm.
So
That's
Jade Hudgens
that's
is out
8
here
minutes right there.
saying my birthday's coming up and I want my brother to win it. So no pressure. No pressure, Devin.
Yeah. Right now they're trying to see if they can get back on track here. Let's see if any guys decide to come back down pit road. That they do. Here they come again. Thorpe, Daniel Holloway, Blake Cook, Grant Turner, John Fike, Jeremy Burns coming down
Yep.
pit.
So this really opens up the options. If you came down last time for tires and fuel, you need to be coming down this time for sure. And then I think Jeremy's making a really good decision in order to put himself with some options here.
Well, at least to flip-flop the field. He's got to get back up to the front. He's been bumbling around here in the bottom 15 this entire race.
Oh, yeah.
And waiting it out there a little bit, which hasn't been paying off, as now the trouble is starting to brew actually in the back of the field. So this is not probably where he doesn't want to be anymore. He's got to get out of trouble and try to get back to the front. Jeremy Burns still in a comfortable 32 point above the cutoff line lead. And they should have a solid chance here at least for the round of 8. I expect to see a few guys kind of boiling it down toward the end. If Jeremy Burns ends up getting wrecked out for a race, that could be huge. But pit road heating up yet again. Travis Gilbert, Blake Cook, Grant Thorpe. Man.
Yep, so if you pit last time, you can come back down this time without penalty and top off, which is the right move for these guys. So 134 laps from now, that puts you about 74 laps out. That gives you, that's 2.5 pit stops away, but it really opens up your ability to run long on these guys if you need to. And, I mean, they're going to have the tire advantage still. So, I mean, I like that for the guys who are already in that position for sure.
If I remember right, last time, Tay McDonald did a heck of a job at this track, and it was pit strategy that overtook him, unfortunately. But we'll see if that continues on. All 3 car makes here in the top 3. Ford of Tay McDonald, the Toyota of Alice Forget, and Matthew Robinson sitting 3rd in his Chevrolet. Let's see how well this continues on, as the pace car lights should still be on, as the choose cone rule will be this time around. And so far, so good. Tay McDonald really being uncontested this entire race until the pit stop. Once the pit stop happened, he had to make a few choices and actually picked up speed. But is anybody going to take an idea or kind of change their strategy? Seeing that
Tay took the bottom that time.
Yeah, taking the bottom. Seeing that Tay McDonald only took right sides there at the stage. You know, does everybody only take right sides? Because he actually picked up speed with only right side tires.
I think that decision only works if you're in the lead, Patrick. So, yeah, so tires are an issue. I mean, one of the things that I was getting ready to bring up before we had that first caution there was some of these guys are choosing to run the bottom and give up a little bit of pace in order to protect those tires for a 30-lap green flag run. And it will make a massive difference. It's a hot track. It's a slick track. And so these guys who are making that decision earlier are going to give up spots, but they will come back to them eventually. The thing is you need it to go green in order for that to pay off. So guys like Travis Gilbert, Caleb Gilbert, and then Grant Thorpe was kind of trying the same kind of thing earlier. And so far, the strategy hasn't come to him yet, but something to look out for here as we move forward.
Only the top 12 drivers have hit only twice. Everybody else has decided to come down and visit it more than once. Most pit stops is held by Travis Gilbert, being 9. He's come down to visit. Now Tay McDonald takes off here. Right now we head off for another green flag start. So far so good, but it looks like we've already got trouble here in the back. We started slamming 3 wide there, if I'm not mistaken. That's Chris Schaefer there on the bottom there with Jeremy Burns. That started getting dicey really, really quick here already. The slope back up to the front where we are seeing a battle between Kevin Orlando and Justice Murphy. Justice Murphy trying to see if he can hold on to a top 10 finish here. We got a long way to go, Stella. We are almost to that halfway point. And we've already got a few cautions here on the night. Hopefully the yellow fever will subside and these guys will get back to racing.
Yeah, I think they can do it. I am concerned with Justice blinking a little bit. I think Jackson Lomax needs to be very much on guard. Maybe that Missouri weather is coming through and getting him a little bit. But Terry Earhart is asking out there whether Rob wants to talk about the boys' road trip this weekend.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I head out Friday morning. Arrive Friday evening for Bristol, bringing the family with. It's going to be fun. Obviously, we'll be having a good handful of the guys here from the league at the Bristol race on Saturday night, which will be a lot of fun to get to meet and greet with some of these guys. And I'm sure we'll have a couple of drinks and have a great time. Super excited about it. And then for me personally, once we're done with the race, we're taking the family to Dollywood down the street there. And we'll be having a good time. Everybody can enjoy it there for those who aren't necessarily huge into racing like I am. So it'll be a lot of fun. I think we
neck
have.
of the woods, isn't it, Patrick?
Dollywood?
Well, yeah, and the Bristol. Oh dear, somebody's in the wall.
Yeah, there's already some bumping and banging here in the back. I think we're seeing Jackson Lomax. I think that might have been him nudging the wall. Yep, there he is.
Yeah, they're getting stacked up. I was just about to shout out how good Jackson Lomax was doing too. He was moving his way forward and see if he can get that momentum going again. But yeah, super excited. We're gonna have so many people there, and I know Jeremy's going. Obviously, I'm going. Justice is going. Trevor's gonna be there, unfortunately, and I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm forgetting a ton of people right now, so if you don't get mentioned, don't feel bad, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Lomax not having any fun, and he's nudging this safer barrier wall. He's having a heck of a time out there. Right now, he's hammered it for the time. He slows way down, who is tumbling around there in the top 10, now down to 20th. Something might not be right with this machine, as he is definitely trying to fight it all over the track. So now he's going to have to tuck in next to Christopher Schaefer, who's already been in some trouble here tonight. Boy, these guys, side by side, here we go. And I think we've seen these guys over the course racing week as well. Battle side by side. Ooh, Devin Hutchins in the wall.
Don't mess up that pretty purple paint job.
Now, I'm wondering if some of this is a little bit of that dirty air, and now all of a sudden, they're losing a little bit of that front traction that they need. If it's kind of picking or setting the nose down a little bit, it's just dragging the front. Because we're noticing most of our guys here in the back are riding, kind of trying to ride a different line to find a little, cooler surface on the track, and then it's just dragging up on that wall. So it is definitely running into a bunch of trouble here in the back. Let's see if we can keep on rotating up. Blake Cook now sits 15th. Right now, Travis Gilbert trying to get rid of some of the lost positions. He's lost 9 here so far. And Grant Thorpe in the middle of the 3 wide there with Nick Alves on the bottom. And it looks like Travis Gilbert's going to scrub the wall here and try to keep some distance. Grant Thorpe decides, all right, let Travis go on by. We'll fight another day. There's no sense in 3 wide here when we just hit lap 70.
Well, when you're these guys in the back who just took tires, you can't sit around and wait. You need to go now and take advantage of them while you got them. So I think that's what you're seeing there, especially, Travis is an aggressive driver anyway. I wouldn't expect anything else out of him. He's got fresh tires. He's got more fuel in it than anybody else. It's time to go. He's ready to go. So not surprised. And, these guys have enough talent to keep it clean 3 wide. So
They're going to keep trying, though. And
now, speaking of dirty air, you brought up dirty air. The further back in the pack that you get, the worse the dirty air is. And at this track in particular, it's different at some tracks, but at this track in particular, dirty air really kills you on corner entry, and it really kills you on corner exit. In the center of the corner, it's not so bad. But you can't get into the corner and get the car settled when you want to if you have a car in front of you. And you can't get in the gas and carry that momentum on corner exit the way that you want to if you have a car in front of you on corner exit. In the center of the corner, you can kind of do whatever you want. It doesn't hurt you too bad. So that's just something to keep in mind and keep your eye on here as we move forward.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of moving forward, Alex
we got a contact back here.
Uh-oh.
Justice Murphy.
Oh,
And they're still straight. Who is that?
oh good.
Should be
James Loveland. If you can
Loveland
roll that
in front.
back, that was almost a wreck right there between those 2 boys, and Justice cut him a break there, I think.
Oh. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Oh, that's Loveland right there in the front. Check that out. Watch. Justice underneath. Ooh.
That's a big time save out of James right there. That
Yes.
is not easy, and he's still.
And
It
hits
doesn't
him
look like
again.
it. He is still trying to gather it up right there.
Wow.
Half a corner later, when you see him slow up like that, he's still just trying to gather it up. That's a big time save out of James, and Justice is still working on him down here in 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not letting up at all. I was
New
just getting
tires
ready.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, we're getting good now.
Oh, yeah. Definitely guys are starting to dice it up here a little bit. New tires, old tires, fresh fuel. We're definitely seeing how guys are starting to toss it around a little bit. Nobody doing anything out of the ordinary, deciding to come down pit now. As some drivers did come down on 60, but Stella, Matthew Robinson, Alice Forget, Tay McDonald, they last came down on pit on lap 42.
So
with
none of this extra little, dribbles and drabs. they're gonna go for it the old-fashioned way.
Yep, well, they're going to have to come down pit here very soon as they had some caution laps to save some fuel. I'm assuming we'll probably see them coming in the next 3 to 5 laps. That's going to be pretty sketchy here. So when you got drivers like right now, like Travis Gilbert, who came down on lap 61, he's going to be out there for a lot longer than these other guys, seeing that he came in almost 19 laps later, so not too shabby. Right now, taking a look at, I was just getting ready to note that Alice Forget is actually hanging with Tay McDonald here. And I was getting ready to float up top saying, we're looking at Alice Forget is right now, he is less than a quarter of a second off the back bumper of Tay McDonald. And right now, he's been the closest driver here all night to hang with him later on, you know, early in this race. So can Alice Forget upset Tay McDonald and his speed out there on the track, seeing that the best times is actually held by Alice Forget between the two of them here?
Yeah, by 1/2 of a second.
Yep.
So here's the thing, though, man. That top is where you're going to want to be in order to maximize pace on the long run. Once the tires are hot and they're worn, like Tay McDonald's coming down this time. It sounds like we've got a cluster behind him here too, but. Man, there's so many things to talk about. The big thing everybody just needs to know right now is it looks like the top 2 are coming in. Who's going to get the best entry to pit road? Berube, Forget really handed it to him there. If he got in without a penalty, that could be huge. It is so difficult to pass because of the dirty air. Passing on entry to pit road, that's a big league move right there. But everybody right now, keep in mind, is on a one-stop strategy to the end. So these guys still have to make another pit stop from here. Everybody else who already pit is going to have to make another pit stop as well. So everybody's on the same fuel strategy, different tire strategy, as we have more guys coming down pit road here. Justice Murphy, Trevor Earhart, and some others. Trevor actually missed pit road entry. That's going to hurt.
No.
Whole lot going on here. This race off pit road is going to be fun to watch on the apron. Don't leave this, Patrick. This is going to be good.
I know. I'm watching now. Tay McDonald was able to squirt out of there just in time. Here we go. Over top.
Or just trying to keep his nose in there and just can't quite. He's got the momentum. What's he going to do down into turn 3? You got to take him now if you can. You got to take him now. I like the bottom if he can get there.
Right now, Tay is having to play defense. The number 19 Alice Forget trying to find a gap here because he's got to fire around and get around. Now with new tires, it's going to be super slick, but Alice Forget knows how to drive the tires off that Toyota, and he's going to try it one more time. On the inside he goes.
Oh, caution's out.
Oh,
Oh, no. He
That
just
is
set
not
him
good.
up.
Tay's going to be the first car a lap down, so he'll get the free pass here. Forget, Robinson, Kevin Orlando Jr., Michael Bennett are all going to be trapped a lap down,
my.
which is not a good spot to be in here. I'm not really sure what happened.
Chris Nail back here on lap 78. It looks like it may be a spin-off pit road here.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
I would not have thrown a caution.
See, this brings me back. Remember the Darlington conversation?
Yes, that is
Yes.
the exact thing I
Yes.
was going to bring up, Rob. Please continue.
Yes. Yes. So this is why Darlington is so well known for how bad the cautions are there. We have a caution for a guy in the wall way off the racing line. Meanwhile, Darlington, if you're not in the middle of wrecked race cars, you don't get a caution. But so this is not good for Tay. I mean, he's fortunately going to end up with the lucky dog, which is good. Forget is in a worse spot. He's going to take the wave around. All these guys who already pit will take the wave around, but it's really difficult to work your way back through traffic, and we have 15 cars that had stayed out at that point. So with this amount of time left, those guys are really fast, but they have a tall order if they ever want to have a shot to get back up there. It's going to be really fun to watch, though. I'm glad I'm not in it.
Well, it's,
Here comes everybody down pit road again.
yeah, it's the strategies, I think, is what gets me. Is man, one mistake here. I mean, one mistake, and this could be the make or break of your race.
Well,
The
and
thing
so
is, I don't think I've made a mistake yet. I mean, it just, Alves was in the pit. Where that wasn't a mistake, but it does put him a lap down because of the caution. So, I mean, it's rough.
well, think back about these guys who just came down and pit. You know, the fact they had all that extra fuel, they didn't have to pit right there, right? So deciding
Yeah.
not to pit in the earlier cautions has created this situation for them where they're going to have to take the wave around.
Trevor Earhart, pit stop 36 seconds.
Yeah, I think he had a little damage on it. He also missed pit road there during the green flag cycle, which there was so much going on, it was impossible to catch it live. But
Hey, doggy's out here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, appreciate K-Doggy coming out here. Right now, top 22 drivers are on the lead lap. And a few drivers have taken it back to the garage. Trevor Keith, Chris Nail, John Mankowski, and Nick Schell have taken it to the garage. Yikes. Boy, I know. You see that one guy who's been hanging out in pit for the last 40 minutes with a green number?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So right now, Travis and Caleb Gilbert are here in the front. Here you go, Rob. So we got both Gilberts sitting 1 and 2, and both Grants sitting 4 and 5. Ooh. Fancy pants stuff.
sorry, I was race controlling myself just a little bit in there, so I might have missed a little something, but
Huh.
So, Ty McDonald is now 17th and has 50 laps to catch up or to get in the lead again.
interesting decision for Travis there to take the bottom behind the leader. I mean, that's not a bad decision by any means, but just a little different than we've seen.
Guess he wants to make sure he gets a good jump. If he's able to jump at the same time, that might work out pretty well. We should see how where Loveland comes in on this. So he's not one I'd want to check out on at all. I think Loveland might be our upset here. If James Loveland come away with a win. Remember,
You know what?
he only got in on points.
Okay, but that's my question. Does he now qualify for a win and in
Yes.
for the 12? Okay.
Yeah, he didn't qualify for the round of 16 if he had won a race.
He did win a race.
Right,
But
but
didn't
he did
qualify.
not have enough participation
Right.
for a win into the playoffs. He got
Okay.
in via points, and now it's everybody in playoff. Now we leveled the playing field for all our playoff guys, and now
Gotcha.
they're all going to race exactly the same here. So if he wins, he is into the next round.
Now you see this long line of cars on the bottom. These are all your wave around guys who do not have a choice during the choose. They have to start on the bottom.
Yuck.
Not a great
So-
spot to be.
But all they have to do is cross the start-finish line, and then they can go up if they want to.
That is
Or
correct,
pass
yes.
somebody. All right.
Yeah, they're all free to do what they want now. This could get interesting. So we got Caleb Gilbert in the lead. We have Travis Gilbert behind him. And these are the guys who have benefited from how this has all gone. James Loveland, Grant Thorpe. One guy I wanted to shout out, Grant Turner, running 4th or 5th, depending on which second you look at the
Yeah.
scoreboard here, is having a fantastic run. And this is not by chance either. He's been fast all night, so shout out to him.
Yeah, not too bad there by Grant Turner in the 06 Ford, sitting in
Oh,
that
we got-
fifth position.
Oh my God. Fight got really loose off it too. Sorry to interrupt you, Patrick. And it was almost a wreck, and the guys just barely avoided it back there. But we're all good.
Come on, Fike. There we go. Grant Turner, he notices we're here. All right. Look. Yeah, he's going to be mad. His paint scheme works this time. God.
But to do a little something about that to get some numbers on the door for next week. But, you know, we're not worrying about it right now.
That's all right. That's all right. Hey, we got the throwback scheme on there this time. He's ready to vote.
Man, they're fighting hard back around Fike right now. Fike, a big shot to the back of Schaefer.
Well, right now
they're piled up.
Yeah, right now though, Fike is kind of tumbling around where Tay McDonald's trying to fight back through. Tay McDonald's now sitting 14th. That's him on the inside line. I'm waiting to see if Nick Alves is going to go up there and help the Go for Broke drivers, as they're now all starting to match up. But Fike is all kinds of loose, and I would probably put my fingers on that number 1 machine.
Oh,
yep,
get out!
Matthew Robinson.
Man,
No,
that one's gonna hurt. Oh, Justice is in it. Kevin's in it.
Orlando.
Playoff drivers.
Gosh.
no, no.
Caution's out.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some guys who really needed good points tonight who were involved in that one there, and that's the mad scramble that you get. You have to
Ready?
start back of the pack, all because of pit strategy and the time the cautions fell, and now you're racing hard with these guys. You feel like you have to beat these guys back to the front of the pack, because whoever gets there first is going to win the race, and it gets rough.
Heavy damage to the front end here of Matthew Robinson. I can't believe we caught that live. I saw something was going on.
Yeah.
Robinson's been nudging Fike a couple of times here. Yep, and there's that steering whip back.
But then it caught Justice and Orlando together. They were going straight, and the next thing you know, it's like,
Yeah, Kevin hangs a left there to try to get away from the wreck. And when he does
Ah.
that, he gets down into Justice, and they just kind of get stuck together.
gotcha. Okay.
So, like, if you look at Kevin here, the wreck's happening right in front of me. He hangs a
Oh, yeah.
left to try to
Yeah, you see him steering down.
get under it,
Yep.
and then it's just
Yeah, and then they both drive. Oh man, drive.
see
up
now
and-
the way that they hit though. I bet Kevin probably has more damage than Justice does, just because of how square he hit the right front in the wall. Justice
gonna
might be
say that-
okay.
that right front thing is when they always do the toe links. So when they hit that hard in that front corner. So is he still drivable?
I think they're both probably still drivable. I don't think either one of them had a toe link there, but I do suspect anyway that Kevin probably had significantly worse damage than Justice did, although I do see Justice is still on pit road, so he's going to try to get it all fixed, or as much as he can anyway right here.
Yeah.
We'll see which one of them pulls off first. That'll tell the tale.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to see Kevin Orlando here in pit if that right front tire shifted.
I don't think so. I was looking at it, and Justice is pulling away now. So's everybody else ahead of him. 4 or 5 cars. Kevin's still sitting on pit road, so.
Uh-oh. I always wonder how radio chatter goes with something like this, you know.
Oh,
I'd have made it if you just kept it straight, you know. that
I'd be
sort of
used
thing.
to the mute button.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely interesting. Looks like J-Man
have a-
and he no more.
Oh.
That's all right. That's all right.
So
Let's
Karen, we have a new viewer that's piped up here for Jeremy Burns. Caroline is
Uh,
out there.
Jeremy Burns fan.
Yeah, go
Good.
figure.
There's 1,000 of them. That's why we can't let like the broader public vote on anything, because Jeremy Burns will win it all.
You know, I think we learned that from the last time that it was like a
Last
12,
season.
12-2 vote, and you're like, what the heck? The guy who's just hanging back. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, come on.
Be chill.
I always laugh at something like this when you get, you know, let's say
All right,
Jeremy.
we should be choosing this time here. Just throwing that out for you.
Oh, yeah. Floating on around. Let's see how it looks.
Everybody's
Oh,
looking pretty good so
man.
far.
Yeah, but a couple of them just made me so nervous. They were just riding that white line. And it was like 4 up or 4 down.
We're seeing a lot of indecision out of guys. Waiting until the last second, and then we're seeing 3 guys take the top altogether, 3 guys take the bottom altogether.
I thought it was strategy. You know, it's like the guy, hey, he's going low, so I'm going to go high, and then whoop, I changed my mind. Like the guys who try to come into pit.
It's definitely that way at the front of the pack. I can guarantee you that.
You think back here they're just silly? No.
Man.
Oh, Joshua Abbott is not happy.
No. Looks like Mr. Robinson has dropped down to the 16th position.
Ouch.
Yeah, tumble up there with Fight kind of didn't pay off for him here.
Still got 40 laps to go.
And a whole lot of damage. All right, let's see if Caleb Gilbert can come away with a win here. Let's get what he does. Oh, man, what a start. Great
Good restart for the inside line as a whole. The first 2-3 rows.
Yeah, not too shabby here. Grant Turner taking it a little bit higher than everybody else, trying to see if he can get a breath of fresh air. Already somebody out in the back sneaking around. Daniel Holloway having a jump along the way. Grant Turner trying to see if he can hold the top 5, but it looks like Grant Thorpe is going to try to take a peek underneath in the $77 General Chevrolet. As Devin Hudgens, look at him throw it in here.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Let him know he's there. He is not letting up at all. That VR showing him just how close he can get. Wow, what
And
a
then
run.
some.
And not too bad. Boy, now you said something. Look how many people are showing up to the chat now. Derek Chapman is saying that there's a donut in third. And the Wonton Don.
Okay.
Let's go Burnsy. All right. Even on a roll here. Jeremy Burns is sitting up 10 positions, sitting in that eighth mark. Hudgens and Grant Turner side by side. Looks like Caleb Gilbert's trying to squeeze away here. And our fastest guy here of the night is kind of down and out. We're waiting to see if Tay McDonald can return. Tay McDonald is breaking into the top 10. Jackson Lomax is next on his list, but Trevor Earhart's trying to show him otherwise. Look at Tay on the outside line.
Tay just got himself into the comfy spot he wanted to be in, right? Up top. That's where he wants to be right now. This is his opportunity to go and run these guys down. I believe he started on the bottom on that restart, so he's made his way where he wants to be. Now we'll see if he can work his way back to the front. It's going to be hard, but he's been really fast. I think he can do it. We'll see what happens.
Using the draft from Jeremy Burns, Tay McDonald's going to try to reel him in here. We're taking a ride along with Jeremy Burns looking out the back. And we are looking at Tay McDonald in the 26. Playoff driver trying to chase him down here. Oh, man, look how much speed Tay's getting here.
Yeah, I was looking at Nick Alves, who was right on, right behind him, and figured, okay, he's gonna stick with Tay, figuring watch the line and get in his bubble, and Tay just left him.
Well, this is why you want to run the top, right? This is why Tay wanted to get to the top here. You can carry that momentum down the straightaway. The problem is when you got a car parked in front of you here, like he has Grant here, Grant's doing everything he needs to do right now. He's fast on the track, but if you're Tay, you need to get past this car. He's parked right in the lane you want to be in. Now what do? How do you get past him without putting yourself in a bad situation? That becomes really difficult to do. So we'll see if he can maybe get a nice run down there. Here we go. And he's going to take it down to the inside into 3. Now 3 and 4, the bottom is way better in 3 and 4 than it is in 1 and 2. Try and slide up here maybe a little bit if you can. A corner exit ahead of the 06.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to get the wall though.
No! Look out. Tay McDonald sliding up out of 4, clipping the wall there. That
And Grant
is
Turner's
not...
clear.
Oh
He's
my
going to have to
gosh.
do it all over again. All of that was for
Yes.
nothing. He's going to have to do it all over. Now it looks like he might get to the outside of Grant Turner. Maybe not. Yeah, man, Tay's frustrated right now. I guarantee you with that one.
Gee, should we look at him
caution's
on
out.
the camera?
Caution.
Caution's out, I believe, in the back again. Not sure who it is. Blake Cook is involved.
No way.
Not only
So
do we
here's
have two
Sorry,
more Burns fans out there with Wonton Don and Austin Dowdy, but Austin Dowdy's also rooting for number 45 Harrison, Tyler Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler doesn't get enough shine. That guy's awesome. But sorry to interrupt. Let me give you a piece, and you guys can go on about it here. But we are right on the edge of making it to the end if we pit here. I expect everyone's going to pit.
Yeah.
But we're going to have 33 laps from here. A couple of caution laps. It's going to be close. I think everybody can probably make it from here, though.
Oh, yeah. Taking a look at the replay here. Oh!
Lord. Oh. Yep. And then one avoidance, and it takes out. Who's
What
that? Chris Schaefer?
The heck just happened?
It looks like he probably got loose, overcorrected. Super easy to do in these cars.
Yep.
Everybody's coming down pit road.
Whoa. Try to see if we can get another angle of this.
Yep, loose, loose, loose. Just tries to catch it, and as soon as you think you have it made, the car just hooks back to the right because you have so much wheel input into it. And that's just the result of the steering pinion we have. And then, unfortunately, Schaefer's going to get caught up in it because the 45 is just trying to avoid the wreck.
Look at Justice.
Justice.
Oh, no.
Barely makes it through there.
Justice.
Oh, Patrick, we
Okay.
got some strategy on pit road we need to talk about, buddy.
All right, talk to me.
Looks like Daniel Holloway comes off first. Maybe a two-tire stop, if I had to guess. Trevor Earhart, maybe a two-tire stop. Travis Gilbert, not sure. Caleb, who I believe was in the lead, is now fifth. Tell me, Patrick, give me the stats. What happened here?
Dude. Grant Turner did not come down pit. Lap
Fade out.
82 is where he came down. Daniel Holloway, the first to come off after his 10th pit stop with a 5.63. Fuel and go. Trevor Earhart with only, I believe, right side tires with a 9.85. And everybody else behind him has decided to take 4 tires. Trevor Earhart flipping the script here and only taking right sides.
Might work. I mean, we saw it work for Tay in the first stage. It's not a terrible idea. If it goes green long here, he's probably not in a great spot. But, I mean, he's probably going to be able to hang on for a good 10, 15 laps. And if we get 10 or 15 laps and another caution, everybody's coming back down for more tires. So, a really good call for Trevor here, I think.
Gutsy move, though. Just to flip it. He returns back to his original qualifying position, finally. After some toying around there in the farther back of the top 10. But he's finally getting up there. I'm interested to see how this is going to hold out for Daniel Holloway with a fuel and go.
When did he last pit?
It's showing me here his pit lap was 101, the same as everybody else, but...
Oh, yeah, you won't be able to see. I believe he was part of those guys who came down and pit during the last caution, which means he's not going to be in a terrible spot, but I don't expect him to be able to compete for the win from here as we come to the choose cone. We'll see what he does. If I'm him, I'm taking the bottom all day, but we'll see.
Man, oh man, oh man. Let's see what happens here. Outside. No, inside.
See what I mean?
Yep. Look at this last minute stuff. Ooh, Justice.
I know, I'm petrified, that somebody isn't going to get that.
Get your heart rate going.
Well, that I know it's silly, but I don't like to see people lose through a silly accident, a silly mistake. And the next thing you know, they have a drive-through or they have an EOL or something like that. We didn't even discuss the fact that didn't Travis Gilbert have an EOL tonight for the start?
He did. Yeah, he started last.
I thought so.
And making the best of it.
He's killing it. Yeah.
Well, he was one of those guys that flipped that pit strategy in the first half of the race.
Okay.
So, he's played the strategy well. He's kept the car clean, and we know he has a ton of speed.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I'll tell you what, he's right now out of the guys in the top 5. I like him. I like Caleb because he's my teammate, but I kind of like Berube up there. He's really fast. I don't know. We'll
Loveland
see.
can't be counted out, though.
No, he definitely can't. But Berube's been so fast.
Yeah.
Tay's not that far back either. Who knows?
No, Tay still has a chance here as he's still hanging in the top 10 after a fast pit stop from him. He had a 15-second pit stall. 4 tires and fuel back out onto the track as Daniel Holloway breaks away. Once again, Travis Gilbert and Trevor Earhart going to try to duke it out between the two of them. The more battling happens between second and third, that's going to allow that battling to continue and guys to squirt away. But we're going to actually stay around this Grant Thorpe area, who's now sticking his right front fender underneath of Caleb Gilbert here. Boy, that's a tight run.
Wow, and Jeremy Burns just got a little help from behind, whether he wanted it or not.
Yeah, taking a look. Caleb Gilbert now drops down to 6th. Devin Hudgens working on that outside line. Where does Tay end up? Tay now working on the outside line. He might follow along with that 84.
Travis Gilbert
And Travis
got
Gilbert
loose on
is
corner
around.
exit. I think he saved it, but that's going to destroy his run, unfortunately for him.
Okay, no caution.
Yeah, he kept it straight. I mean,
Bro.
Forward.
if you could have
Yeah.
seen the in-car camera, he had that thing cranked all the way left, all the way right, back all the way left. I mean, incredible save, but that's going to destroy his race here. That's going to take him out of contention for the win.
Dude. Wow, that is not what he needed at all.
Yeah, that
Travis
put him
Gilbert.
down in 21st.
Yeah, Travis Gilbert dropping out. Boy, that's a heartbreaker for him. Let's see if we can find kind of back here where he had some trouble. Let's see if I can find a replay. Kind of what happened.
He's coming off a 2 here. He's just trying to stay in the gas. He knows he's got a drag race Trevor. Oh, yeah, he just stayed in the gas, man. He's
Yeah.
doing everything he can to try to stick side by side with Trevor. Like we talked about before, 3 and 4. So much easier to keep the gas down on the bottom there. He knows he has to stay next to Trevor on corner entry to 3 in order to have a chance at passing him, and it just didn't work. But here comes the 19.
Yep. Alex Forget now starting to open on up. Here he comes, sitting second. Now remember, he was the only driver to really be able to hang with Tay. Tay's still sitting 8th, and I guarantee you he's fuming right now because he can't get to the front. Alex Forget, watch this. We're about to have a new leader as the 19 slides underneath the Candy Man and sends him back 1 position. Alex Forget getting a hold of the lead. He'll rotate up and cut the nose of Daniel Holloway off, and we now have a new race leader. Alice Forget now has the lead with 25
Bringing
laps
it back,
to go.
though. He's going to try.
Yeah, he might. Outside line is definitely going to be a perfect place to be, as that's worked for many, many drivers. Tay McDonald now up to 7th. Caleb Gilbert.
Caution is out.
No.
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 If you have a set of tires,
Take him now. Who is that?
maybe.
Is that Schaefer?
Yeah,
Not sure who is in this one.
23.
Whoa.
That one's hurt.
Whoa.
That
Yeah.
one is hurt.
We'll need a little bit of resuscitation.
Whoa. I wonder if Tyler Harrison was involved in it too here. 45 Toyota here.
Oh,
See if we can
not
find out
again.
what happens. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. They're going for the same spot, kind of. Schaefer was trying to shoot the middle on, I believe that's Sirkovich.
Well, there's a little bit of wiggle up here, but yeah, right, whoever's coming up on Sirkovich. And
He's
I
thinking,
think
I'm
that
taking the middle.
scared him.
I think this is the dagger here.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Right there.
Boom.
Oh, Holloway's going to come down for some tires here. It's like Forget's going to stay out. Most of these other guys are staying out. Now, I haven't kept track of tires tonight, Patrick. I don't know who has tires and who doesn't, but I see that Grant Thorpe is coming down as well. So kind of interesting call out of him. I would have expected him to stay out there.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely for sure. I'm wondering if he's think they're going to caution lap it to the end. They tumbled around here a little bit. Robinson coming back down, I'm sure, to fix some more damage. Bennett, Blake Cook, Daniel Holloway, Grant Thorpe, Travis Gilbert, Christopher Schaefer. He's destroyed. He'll be down there for a little bit.
Now, we had a Devin Hudgens fan in the chat earlier, right?
Yes.
Oh, always.
Devin Hudgens running P2 right now is completely in contention to win this race at 23 to go. having a fantastic race.
Yeah, I believe Jade Hutchins and Terry Hutchins are out there. I think Jay was out here before we even signed on tonight.
Well, he's got himself in position. Unfortunately for him, he's got maybe the fastest car tonight, other than Tay McDonald, who's in front of him here. We'll see what he picks. This is kind of a tough decision, and one way you want to take the outside or the other side, but you also kind of want to start behind him and take the momentum. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to have to figure that out and battle that on through that. But, guys, hold on just a moment. We're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back.
This is Echo. Echo Electric Supply is an independently owned and operated wholesale electrical distributor and has been since 1950. They take great pride in providing value-added products because they understand the needs of their customers. Sometimes those needs are more unique, and that's not a problem. And with 18 locations throughout the Midwest, they can provide fair price services and solutions to more people than ever before. This is Echo.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. There is already some tumble up here during the choose cone rule. We've got our eyes here on Tay McDonald in the number 26. Look how he chooses. He makes all four tires across, but slips a little bit. Little Jackson Lomax pop right there. Good Lord. They're having all sorts of trouble. Rob, what does this mean for Tay?
Unfortunately for Tay, there was car contact here, which means he's going to have to serve a drive-through penalty on this restart, which is just, I mean,
Wow.
it's a tough rule, but due to the fact that there's contact with other cars, had he kind of recovered on his own here, he would have been okay. But this is a rule we actually ran into last week, and this is why Travis Gilbert started the race from last today, because it wasn't caught until post-race. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess you could say, I'm able to sit up here and see it and take care of it now, so he'll have to serve a drive-through penalty, which he's doing now.
Tay McDonald's race has been flipped upside down.
Yeah, that's
The
that
best
hurts.
he can hope
Now
for
you
is another
see.
caution.
But you're
And-
laughing at me because my heart rate was going up on this choose cone. Oh my God, get on one side or the other. Stop doing this thing in the middle with the line. And now you see why.
Holy cow. I'm almost speechless at this point. Tay McDonald, unfortunately. Boy, I know what that's going to happen. That's going to be a protest. I can smell that from a mile away. But he's serving it. He's going ahead and taking it and heading down pit road. Hopefully he'll be able to return back to the track. If we go back under caution, he'll be, I'm sure, the first driver back onto the lead lap. So he's going to need it here. Tyler Harrison much farther down. Harrison is taking it back to the garage, as well as Chris Schaefer. Kevin Orlando has got his vehicle repaired back out onto the track, but he's got to make up at least 6 or 7 more laps to get at least to the 21st position. At least to save a little face out there after the smack into the wall. Alex Forget leading this race. James Loveland trying to chase him down. And Devin Hudgens trying to hold on to third the best he can, up 19 positions. But strong Caleb
Fike is
Gilbert.
out of control again. The contact with Grant Turner down the back straightaway. Caution's out.
Fike around again.
Got loose coming out of turn 2 there. That's great news for Tay McDonald.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got too damaged there. He's kind of high centered now. He can't get it going.
It's like Grant. Grant may have come up and clipped him here.
Yeah, I think he's out of control on his own there,
Travis.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, he came up and clipped Grant.
Dude.
Yikes, yikes.
Let's see if we can get another angle of this. I gotta know.
They got close on entry here, but I don't think they ever touched.
Nope.
Forget's coming to pit road. Big decision there. We got a couple staying out. James Loveland stays out. Hudgens comes down. Caleb Gilbert comes down. Burns stays out. Trevor Earhart comes down. It's a mixed bag. I can't even keep up with it.
Man, when it gets like that, I just call the people who didn't pit.
Well, that's why you're a professional. I'm just the guy who's here.
That's all right. Looks like James Loveland, Jeremy Burns, Grant Thorpe, Travis Gilbert, Daniel Holloway, Blake Cook, Trevor Keith, and Jacob Sirkovich did not pit. I'm assuming Tay McDonald, he's coming down.
In his position here, I mean, he just did a drive-through. He's going to be all the way in the back. I believe he should be lead lap, but yeah, he should be lead lap here. So put 4 on it, see what happens. Honestly, I like how this lays out for the guys who stayed out right here, especially since these guys are going to be racing hard. Probably due for some more cautions before we're done here. Especially with the way this is setting up.
Loveland, Burns, and Thorpe, 1, 2, and 3 right now. Oh goodness, and Travis Gilbert.
And Travis Gilbert's right there in 4. Daniel Holloway's been fast all night. I mean, the whole top 5 has enough speed to make something happen. With only got 14 laps to go at the line here, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild and crazy. I don't see how Alex Forget is going to get back up there. I mean, he just kind of drove away from the lead.
Dude.
Well, when did James Loveland last come down pit road, Patrick? You got those advanced statistics showing for you.
Lap 101. Same as Jeremy Burns.
That's a pretty long time on tires. We've had a couple of cautions though. So, look. What it comes down to is if you're going to take your last set of tires, that was the time. You're not coming down again. At this point, like, no point. You either come down now or you stay out to the end. If we get a rash of cautions, I really like how that sets out for the guys in the top 5. If we go green to the finish, I don't think they all stand a chance. But then it's going to be a massive battle for these guys to be the first one through the field, and that's going to be, I mean, that's where your cautions come from, right? So
yeah,
it's going to be good.
Holy cow, this is amazing. this is absolutely amazing. Kind of seeing the different strategies, and that's what you get here out of Kansas. It's never just a straightforward race. There's always a little something going on, a little something extra hanging out in the background.
Coming to the choose.
Yeah, many guys. Back to the choose cone rule here. Let's see what we can find out. See if anything.
Oh man, that was pretty close, but he was good.
Stella, we are sitting on top of the start finish line. Like that?
I do actually. You were saying there was going to be a protest or something. Do you think the protest is going to be that he didn't hit another car, the other car hit him, or that he got or that he got all 4 tires over because the back one went on the dot, you know?
Well, here's the
Now
thing
that
for Tay.
they're gonna say
He never hit the cone.
Huh.
Oh,
Yeah, so he never hit the cone.
there's actually a cone there?
Well, it's a box. It's a
Yeah.
if you
Okay.
will.
I kind of
So
thought he was
it's
on
that
the box.
it's that first black box above the
Right.
start finish line. Can't
Right.
touch that with any of your tires. He didn't hit any of that. He's actually
Ah.
penalized under a separate rule, which is that during the act of choosing, if you cause an incident, it's a drive-through penalty. That's what he was penalized under. So unfortunately for him,
Yep.
of course,
Yep.
all of our drivers are welcome to, protest whatever they want. We'll look at it, but I don't see that going well for him.
No, but makes sense if it's cause an issue. That
Right.
Yeah. No grounds.
Continuing on, let's keep an eye here on Jeremy Burns. He might be under some heavy fire by the fuel
Yeah.
calculator of Grant Thorpe, and there it is.
Oh, that's
or
going to be
not.
a hard hit.
Yep.
Caution is out. That is everything that these guys at the front wanted to see, but that is really bad news for Jeremy Burns, who did not have the best
Oh,
Darlington race. That's a toe link. He's going to be finishing this race around 20th, probably.
oh,
Dude.
wow, was that a hit?
Dude.
You thought the other one was bad. Gee.
Can we get a look at the left front there? Is he toe linked, or I
Yeah.
imagine he is.
Yeah,
but
left front is safe. I don't know about the right front. The right front may be A-OK on this one. We saw it rolling when he was going, but I can't tell if we have any kind of broken pieces of parts. See if we can find Devin Hudgens and see if we can take a look back.
How about in cockpit view and see if he's fighting
I don't know.
things?
Yeah, there's something cocked. You see the weight in the tire. Something doesn't look right. Let's see if we can find something here. Oh yeah. Look at the wheel.
it's broke.
Dude.
Oh. It's spinning. But man.
All right, we gotta go back to that.
Looks like Kevin Orlando has the free pass here as well. Let's see what happened. Grant believes it's his fault. Grant Thorpe.
Yeah, we might have nudged up.
Sort of, but Jeremy is given room for Grant Turner on the top.
Mm.
Grant Thorpe doesn't expect it. I'm sure he's not getting called out there 3 wide, so he's running out to that natural second lane from the wall. And Jeremy's shallow because he's afraid of... Oh, that's Travis Gilbert, sorry. Travis Gilbert getting to his outside. And that's a hard hit. It's broke. No way around that.
Wow.
It's going to put Jeremy in a really tough spot. You know, this is why you work through the regular season to build those playoff points.
Boy.
And I mean, as Jeremy right there, once you get touched, there's nothing you can do. You're eating the wall, no matter what.
Man.
I'm watching the chat. The people are like,
Going back out there.
Yeah, he'll...
well, that couldn't have been too bad then.
Well,
Gonna
what
try to
probably
fight.
happened here, so for him, what's going to happen here is the caution happened coming out of turn 2. So he's got the damage. You end up with a black flag. You have required repairs. But we also have to clear the black flags for everybody in the race because of our choose cone rule. We have to override iRacing for that. When we do that, that also clears guys penalties that requires them to do 8 minutes of damage in this type of circumstance. So he's probably very broken. I don't expect the car is driving great. It's in bad shape.
But if he finishes, he gets, he'll be better off than somebody who's out. Yes?
Right.
Okay.
He's actually asking for a EOL penalty here just because the car is broken. As we come to the choose.
Dude. For all the Jeremy Burns fans out there, I'm sure everybody's hanging their head here at this point. One little mistake there at the end, that's all it takes. Just a little nudge there, and some things, definitely bad things happen. I'm sure it was. There's no way it was intentional out there. There were 3 wide, and it
Became too wide.
yeah, just too ugly. Two cars trying to share the same spot. I mean, it looked like Grant Thorpe was trying to tuck in there, and yeah, instead of Jeremy Burns, it didn't look like he cleared Turner. So when he went to rotate up, or excuse me, Travis Gilbert, when he went to rotate up, he didn't have him cleared there, and I guess Grant thought he was going to kind of nudge next to him, and I don't know. I think probably half
He
the
was
people have
too
done the
wide
same
to
thing.
go 3 wide.
So we got James Loveland, who's the control car here. Travis Gilbert, who is like desperately looking for a win in this series. He's been so close so many times. You got Daniel Holloway, who's having the best run of his RR career. You got Caleb Gilbert trying to lock his way into the next round of the playoffs. You have Trevor Keith is somehow back on the lead lap. He was 5 laps down. I don't know what the hell's
Yes.
going on there, Patrick. We'll
Yes.
see what happens.
Well, we've had 8 cautions and a stage.
Yes. Trevor Keith still with an opportunity, gaining 21
He was 5
positions
laps
here.
down.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to talk about the Phoenix out there tonight. Blake Cook now going 3 wide as Alex Forget slices on around. He's fighting back up, and you want to talk about even more wild. Tay McDonald is battling back here for 11th and 12th. Dang. This is, right now, this last 7 laps, this could be the one. As we see Travis
Meanwhile,
Gilbert
Daniel-
almost going up and
Daniel
collecting.
Holloway's through to second.
Yeah. Almost collecting there into the top. So
also
Loveland
have-
getting away.
Have not put Earhart or Keith on a camera tonight,
Uh-oh.
and they're in the top
Oh,
10.
contact between Caleb Gilbert.
Oh,
and Travis
Lord.
just got into Daniel Holloway. That might not be a caution. Oh, it's going to be a caution. He's coming back up the track here. Well, maybe not. There it is.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
the caution.
Yeah,
Dude.
I think Holloway could have
Expect more.
got away with it, but
Yeah, Holloway was
but-
okay.
Travis came up like
Trevor Keith
10
moves
miles
into
an hour.
second.
now's a good time to show him.
Dude. Right now, this is huge here for Trevor Keith.
Oh,
I
I
would
want to
lo-
see that. Look at that! I want to see that big old smile, boy.
I would love to pull
Well-
him down here, but I know what's going to happen if I do.
No, no.
So, I better-
Caleb Gilbert and Trevor were, I mean, they were in a rough spot. And then we had kind of like 2 accidents happen at once, basically.
Wow. All right, let's
Grant Thorpe in a podium position.
Yep. All right, let's take another look here. Ooh.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Same thing from
Back.
both sets here.
Yeah.
And Daniel Holloway's apologizing to Travis there, but that one's on Travis, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna take another look at this.
Daniel's getting tight on corner exit, touches the wall. Yeah, well,
Racing
Yeah,
incident.
that's not Travis's fault though. That's just racing. They're talking it out over the radio, and
Justice. Why? Why is
Justice had some close calls tonight.
The
God?
dude has got to be getting gray hairs through every one of these races. I mean, just everything. Ooh. Is so. Well, no wonder he was down there. Orlando gave him a bump and a shove.
He wasn't happy with Orlando over the radio. I wasn't gonna mention it until
Oh, well.
this, but
Yeah.
I've got to know. Orlando.
yeah. Kevin doesn't take it to the wall there, which for 70th place, you'd want him to give you a little more room, I think. So I can understand. I think Kevin's also about 10 laps down, so
He is. He is that.
I can understand the frustration there, without a doubt.
Yeah. See, see Shannon out there saying this is her first time watching.
Oh.
Now, I don't think that, I don't want to say his, her, but we're having a little bit of a messy race on this one, especially here at the end.
And Wonton Don is voting. He says there's 3 more cautions to go in 3 more laps.
Well, at this point, we're going to get ourselves into green-white checkered territory, so worst case scenario, 2 more cautions.
Okay.
Wow.
It's been a good race, though. I mean,
All right, yeah. Well,
It depends who you're rooting for, to be honest.
that may be true.
No, I know a good thing to bring up. Let's see. Who did I miss out there? You said I missed the 21 machine?
Yes, you did.
All right, let's go ahead and get Trevor Earhart up here because I wanted to bring up something. Robin, you being part of the admin team, how much flack did I get for the last race saying somebody Earharted him after him smashing a couple people to pieces out there last race?
Are you talking about him, or are you talking about when you referenced my contact with Alex Forget as Earhart? Which one are you talking about?
I think that was it. He Earharted him.
We didn't talk about it after the
Good.
race, Alex and I.
Mm.
I didn't feel it was necessary to talk about, but we we hang in the same circles online, and he didn't seem too upset about it, and I felt kind of bad about it when it happened, but we are at the choose, by the way. But going back and rewatching everything, he kind of caught the fence on his own, and I just kind of drifted up into him, kind of similar to the last caution that you saw. So I didn't feel too bad about it after that. All things considered, though, I mean, we've run into each other enough times. Hopefully, we can just keep it nice and clean to the end of the playoffs, and one of us can win the thing, and it'll all be all right.
Yeah, we hope so.
Of course, I never
Nope.
want to be compared to Trevor.
No, Pocono.
That's a bad sign, but
Yep. Let's see. Boy, I think that chat got a few people that are upset, saying that Burns fans need to riot. I would probably say with the clinic Burns has been putting on this entire season, a couple of bad
The
races
season.
can't be too bad.
well, the good news for Burns is he scored stage points at Darlington. I think he had a couple of stage points as well tonight. So, with the big lead that he had on playoff points, I mean, he's not going to be in a great spot, but going into Bristol, he will be in control of his own destiny, and I think that's about the best you can ask after the run that he's had here in the round of 16. Here we
Right.
go into the green.
Loveland, Keith, side by side, coming here to the restart. Tay McDonald still within striking distance, but he's jammed behind Owls, who looks like he sidesteps the clutch and spins it here. Now that entire inside lane has flaked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not going to be good for the man who scored on the pole here tonight. Trevor Keith trying to hold on to second and hold
They are
Loveland
4 wide.
at least pretty
Oh,
close.
the record in the back. Fike's in it. Bennett's in it. Holloway's in it. Kevin Orlando's in it. 4 wide out of turn 2, and they just never stood a chance. And that's going to bring us to green-white checker number 2.
All right.
Boo.
Oh. My
Let's
heavens.
Let's take a look.
I'm sorry. I
Oh,
thought
here's
he.
the 4 wide. Matthew Robinson. Fike.
Yeah, that's
No,
gonna go.
between the slurp
Yep.
machines.
No.
No.
He got slurped.
Well,
Bennett needs such a good run here tonight. Destroyed. And Justice squeaks away again. How?
Michael Bennett and Jacob Sirkovich aren't going to be happy about that one.
No.
Okay, we got some extracurriculars happening here.
Let's take another look at this.
The let's just say the 14, the 10, and the 18
Oh.
are not happy with each other after that one.
Dude, so what you're saying is I should turn on the radio chatter
I know.
if I want to lose my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise doing that right now.
No.
Here, let's at least see who's talking. Maybe that'll suffice. Good lord. There we go. Robinson. Wow. Yeah, this is Terry out there
So,
thanking you for the
here's the-
commentary tonight, Rob.
yeah, well, I like to do it when I can. I actually have a ton of fun doing it. I wish I could do it more often, but unfortunately, I like winning races, so I like to be in there. Yeah,
What do you do on
doesn't always work out
Thursdays?
that way, but nothing. What are you guys up to?
Oh, man.
Give me
Oh,
something
yeah.
good, and I'll be there.
Ooh. I know.
I like
we were
to-
trying to see if you were thought about toying around with the Doghouse Racing League.
You know, I haven't followed them, so I don't know what kind of quality that they have going on. But if
Can-
they're
can I-
anything,
can I-
like the Racing Revolution, I would love to be a part.
Number
Yeah.
1, open setup, not fixed setup.
Okay.
And I have the stats when they did Kansas on 5/25. You guys had done Kansas on 5/10. You had 8 cautions plus a stage caution. They had 1 caution. The whole
There
race.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, I think
So,
it was
just saying.
one caution over 4 races. So, yeah,
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
pretty good, man.
We got a couple drivers out there, I might have to say, that are
Jeez.
they're really good.
I have a blast with it every time I do it, which is not very often, but hey, you never know. If you want me, let me know. We'll figure something out.
You have good insights since you are behind the wheel.
Yes.
Well, you know, I try.
Yeah. And we might need some commentary in the chat there from Wonton Don.
Eh,
He said
He's
because of the wreck
boycotting
with
Dollar
Burns.
General.
Yeah. because of Grant Thorpe.
Never mind. I had something I was gonna say, and that's never mind.
He
We're just
could have
moving-
had
we're
the
moving on.
Tennessee. He could have had the Tennessee paint on tonight, and then Wonton Don would never come to Tennessee.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
We should be choosing this time, and so keep in mind that here in the Racing Revolution we have 2 green-white checkers. This is going to be number 2. So if we do get another caution before the end of the race, that will be at the end of the race. So no matter what, maximum of 2 laps from here as everybody goes ahead and picks at the line. So far, so good. Everybody looks clean through there.
Go Jeremy Burns.
He
Oh
is
my
still
goodness.
rolling,
Hold on, the
man.
leader just blinked out and he's back. Okay.
Oh,
Emergency avoided. So let's talk about this, Patrick. Let's talk about this. James Loveland has to point his way in. Can't win his way into the playoffs. Makes his way in during the last race. Has himself in position to lock himself into the round of 12. Meanwhile, Trevor Keith, 5 laps down at one point in this race, has a chance at it. Had a really bad restart last time, if we're being honest. Can he get a better restart this time? Meanwhile, Caleb Gilbert's going to be super aggressive, and Grant Thorpe's been fast all race. Alex Berube, for Jeff Berube's like, he's in 5th
yeah.
back there, but he's one of the 2 fastest cars here. I mean, who knows what the hell's going to happen?
James Loveland
Yep.
tied 5th in the points with Trevor Earhart. Trevor Keith is sitting dead last in the bottom 16. He needs to come away with a win here. Let's go.
Loveland went nice and early in the box. Trevor Keith did not get a good restart. I feel like James is probably looking okay as long as he doesn't slip a tire.
Oh,
we
man.
are
Trevor
3 and
Keith.
4 wide back there.
Yep. We'll kind of keep an eye here on
Yeah.
Trevor Keith. He'll be able to use the
He's
draft.
got a
but does he
big run.
stay
Oh,
on
we
the
got one
outside?
wrecking in the back. He's saving it.
Blake
more or less.
Cook.
Big Cook. Hold on to it, bud.
We're okay. Think we're okay.
Yep, still going. White flag this time by contact with the wall with Travis. Trevor Keith
Trevor
going
Keith's
for the
coming.
lead. Here
He's
he comes.
there. He's there. He's there. He's there.
Here he's
Oh
come.
my gosh.
Right now, Loveland is having to get super wide here because Grant Thorpe is shooting for the
It's
bottom.
gonna be
Trevor
in
Keith,
Trevor Keith's
oh,
hands
get
down
him.
the back straightaway. You got to take him to the bottom. You got to take it in deep, and you got to pass him. Will Loveland try to block?
Here we go.
No.
Trevor Keith onto the bottom. Oh,
He doesn't
he's
have it.
not gonna have the
Not
tires
enough.
to do it. No, so close. And James Loveland coming away with a win. at the Echo Electric 200 at
Wow.
Kansas Speedway.
Great finish.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Trevor Keith gave it everything he had. And, you know, down in 3 and 4, he had a chance at it, but I don't know, man. It's such a tough pass. He gave it everything he had and didn't wreck anybody in the process. Everything he could ask for.
Wow.
Yep.
Loveland getting the win. This is oh, wow.
His son gives him a nice bump in the back, let him know he's proud of him.
Oh my heavens. Loveland, Keith, and Thorpe. Wow. That
Keith
is
is very excited about his podium finish here. He's just talking about how he ended up in the grass. He hasn't done this before. Super. I mean,
he
what
should
an
be
awesome
happy.
top 3. It's a great top 3 for this
Well,
race.
that's going to be quite the shakeup. You know, you've got the 16th person who's made second. You've got the 9th person who's made third. Yeah, and Loveland, yeah, he's going to be bumping some people around.
Thorpe and Keith weren't exactly at the top of the list
No,
in the
9th
standings
and-
either. So I mean, this is going to be
That's
it's going to
yeah,
shake it up big time, Stella. You're right.
Yeah, I think
That's yeah.
Kevin
Well, 'cause they-
Orlando's going to be falling back
and-
here pretty bad.
Well, so will Tay
Trevor-
McDonald because Loveland and Trevor Earhart were tied for 5th and 6th. So,
Oh.
wee.
What just
Fortunately
happened to
for
Trevor
McDonald, he got some good stage points out of it, even if
Yeah.
he did have not the finish he was looking for tonight.
Yeah, they get points through the top 10
Correct. Yes.
for finish or for stage.
For the stage, only the top 10 get points in
Okay.
reverse order. So first gets 10 points, 10th
Right.
gets 1 point.
Got it.
And then for the end of the race, it's I believe 45 for the winner, and then 40 for second, and then so on down. so-
Okay.
We'll definitely work through the points here and get you guys an update in time for next week. We'll also post it on all the socials, of course, for everybody who wants to know what's going on tonight.
And talk about it on your podcast.
Look, hey, to be fair, the podcast is great, but I'm not a frequent flyer there, so don't tune in for me.
You
Oh,
were there to be you were roasted in absentia.
That is true, yeah. No, I like to show up after I win a race I'm proud of, and otherwise just let those guys do it because they know what they're doing over there.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to cut around, hang out there for just a little bit. We're going to try to run our top 3 down. We'll be right back. Alrighty, everybody, we are back here. The 3rd place finisher, Grant Thorpe. Dude, this race, back and forth, and talk to me a little bit about it here as you came as a 3rd place finish, kind of teetering on the edge, getting pretty close to the points. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to apologize to Burns. I got tight out of 2 on a restart with, I think it was like 20-ish laps to go, and I washed up and got in his left rear and wrecked him. So I just want to apologize to him for that. That's 100% on me. But as for the back and forth, I got pretty because of that. I lost a bunch of spots, and then the next restart, I was able to get a bunch of them back. But it was good. Points, good day today. So we should be decent heading into Bristol.
All right. Well, Bristol's going to be a tough race for sure, and most drivers, including yourself, probably gambled on this track more than you would at Bristol. Man, I don't know if I'd want to try to take that quarter-mile track and say, I'm going to place really well because a lot of cars don't come out with a straight fender there.
Yeah, that's gonna be really just kind of survival for the first 200 laps, I think, and then see what happens after that.
All right, man. 200 laps seems like a lot, but when drivers are going 15 seconds per lap, 4 laps a minute, not too bad, right? Right? Come on, fuel calculator, you can do it.
It makes the math a little bit tougher, doesn't it? But yeah, it's not really a fuel mileage track. It's more about just surviving the whole thing.
All right, you almost were the person that pit the most out there tonight. 10 times you came down pit road. I believe Travis Gilbert came down 14 times. That was pretty impressive. Talk to me about your strategy here.
I just kept topping it off. I just kind of seen how it played out. Like if it went green after one of them, I think I could have 2-stopped it, where the guys who stayed out probably would have had to pit a third time had it gone green. Obviously it didn't. We were in a 44 caution laps tonight, so so that didn't quite play out. But figured I'd give it a shot. I guess it worked out in the end, anyways. But yeah,
All right,
little strategy, see what can play out.
Oh yeah, top 3, man. This should almost lock you up here. Pretty close for the round of 12. You gotta be pretty excited about that. Anything else you have to add before we get to shoutouts?
No, I just hope I don't get wrecked in the first 10 laps at Bristol or wreck someone like I did tonight on accident. Just survive, and if I can make it through the stage, I think I can get close to locking in. I haven't looked at how the points played out yet, so we'll have that posted here soon.
All right, Grant Thorpe, good job, buddy. Shout out time.
Just of course you guys, as always, do a fantastic job. And my teammates, I had 2 of them here today.
Yeah.
Jackson had a pretty strong run there going for a while, and looks like Blake had he had a tough finish. Never mind. But he was running well all day. Had a tough.
It was right at the end.
Yeah, he kind of overcorrected and got in the wall, but they both had solid runs today. It's good to have them both back. Hope we get a 4th one back here soon. Finish off the rest of the season strong.
All righty, Grant Thorpe. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish. Hopefully we'll talk to you again at Bristol.
Hope so. Have a good one.
You too. All right, everybody. That is Grant Thorpe and the Numbers 77 machine. Admin time for him. Now let's go ahead and pull down our 2nd place finisher. And right now, I bet you he doesn't know what to do here. 2nd place finisher, the number 15 machine, the Ford, is in. Trevor Keith, talk to me here, buddy.
I wish we got the win. But man, 4 laps down to 2nd. I'm not gonna complain too much about that. Yeah, that was a long day, but it ended well, very well.
Oh yeah, dude, back and forth, and Rob was even saying up here, 5 laps down and then coming back and getting a podium position. How do you keep your head on straight after a disconnect?
Man, it's happened to me at Daytona too, and I don't know what happened. I don't know. I do 4 laps, 5 laps. I was like, I could probably get on the lead lap here and finish top 15 gains, and hopefully just salvage the rest of the day. And I just kept fighting, kept getting a lap back. Staying cautious, staying out of wrecks, taking care of my tires just in case I needed to, go really long on tires, to do whatever I can. Just staying back, staying out of wrecks and all that stuff. And it paid off. I had no idea I was going to finish 2nd. Like, that was insane to me. But from bad luck to good luck, I can't complain.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That was definitely worked out fantastic for you. And I'm interested to see, kind of with the amount of bad luck that you've been having coming your way lately, how this has got to kind of offset it a little bit here. Something's got to feel good about this and move you on
Oh,
to the next step as we move into Bristol next week.
the confidence going into Bristol is it's back. I've been struggling for a while to get this P2. I mean, it's a lot right here in the second round playoffs. I mean, I was 16th, 10 back from the cut line. Excited to see where I'm at now. So, just confidence, man. Getting that confidence back. I can do it. I just got to finish. And today we did it.
Oh yeah, and so close to getting James Loveland there
Ah,
in the last run.
man,
Anything you would have
real
changed on
close.
the last restart?
Maybe went high and 3 and 4 at the end there. I knew he was going to try to block my line, so I had to get some clean air, and I went low. And I struggle on the bottom for some reason. A lot of people are really good down there. I'm really good on the top. That's just where I've really been good all day, all week of practice and everything. So I really wanted to be up there. I knew he was going to probably take my line away. He knew where I wanted to run, so I knew I had to try something. So uh, it was also not letting Grant by, trying to get my Loveland and then losing my run, and then Grant comes by me at the end there. So I mean, did what I can. Loveland's a hard guy to pass. It's one of the best out here, so I can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, well, you got to tangle with him here late in the race. Congratulations, Trevor, on your second place finish, man. Definitely give me a shout outs here.
Oh, KSX. Get the paint schemes. We got the pretty blue out there, the Sheldon Hodgchild replica, kind of. KB Masonry, my buddies, he watches all the time. The guy I work on his race car. Tay, Travis, and Kevin. I mean, without those guys, I mean, my headspace probably in a different place all day. Keep me in it all every week, and I mean, me, Tay, Travis, and Kevin just practice and practice. I mean, me and Tay probably ran 400 laps this week trying to get better. So
Wow.
What is
Well,
KSX? Where can they find it?
KSX is Keystone Racing Graphics. It's me. I make paint schemes. All my paint schemes. I make some for Travis. I had Trevor on the OU Oklahoma State last week. You look me up on Facebook, Keystone Racing Graphics. I post some paint schemes there and stuff that I do. Shoot me a message, and we could probably get you a paint scheme if you ever wanted anything.
Ooh, that might be an
Yeah.
idea.
So,
Because I'm looking for a paint scheme guy. Appreciate you, Trevor.
there it is. Hey,
Congratulations on your second place
thanks.
finish, buddy. And hopefully we catch up with you again there at Bristol.
I'd like to be back up here. So
Yeah. You won't forget picture time.
I had to go through the grass to get to my picture. I forgot about.
Dude.
I'm not used to that one.
You were live on broadcast. We watched you the whole time. Can you believe that?
Should have my radio. I was like, wait for me, guys. I'm coming through the grass. I forgot about it.
All right, Trevor. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. That is Trevor Keith coming away with the second place finish, and you
How
wouldn't
can you
believe
not love that guy?
it. Dude.
I mean, that guy's great.
Happy go lucky. We have caught him a couple of times there during.
not so happy incidences.
Yeah, we caught him on the piece there a little bit, and he's kind of getting upset behind the wheel, but you can't blame him. Rob, Stella, I'm going to let you guys take James Loveland here, the winner of the Echo Electric 200 at Kansas Motor Speedway.
How's
Stella?
it going?
Oh, I was gonna say, oh, it's ladies before gentlemen. Hey, Loveland, how you doing?
A lot better now. How about you?
Oh, oh, well, a win and you're in. This time they're gonna let you do it.
I know it counts. This is amazing.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, so you're locked into the top 12. That is awesome. You were kind of hiding back there for a little while, but just biding your time.
yeah, I was kind of in the tire saving mode / gas saving mode, and with all those cautions, I kind of was saving both of them. So towards the end of the race, when half the field pitted, I decided to stay out and take the risk. I was like, what do I got to lose at this point? Some points, but yeah, I managed to magically work.
Yeah. Did you end up with any extra tires?
Yeah, I had one set left at the end of the race, but I probably would have did right sides if I went in.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Well, we got Bristol next week. You're safe. So you don't have to worry about that. But we've got 250 laps at Bristol. How do you feel about that? Confident?
Yeah, pretty good. It's a good track for me. And now I got nothing to worry about, so I can just give it all and go for a win again. You know,
Or
just
or
ha-
do what Robert did tonight and die, die early and come sit with us.
yeah. I
It's
mean, well,
always
I
an
don't
option,
want
James. I recommend it.
I don't want it that way, but if it's that way, at least I got the win in the bank. So
There
Yeah,
you
I got a
go.
question for you, James. Since I'm here, and still the good question about Bristol because James will be super fast there because he always is. Basically, anywhere where you need to use a little bit of brake, James just like shoots to the top of the board. But so in these last 2 laps, you had a couple of guys behind you who I think had newer tires than you, and especially down into turn 3 on the last lap. What was the strategy there? Because Trevor Keith had a huge run on you. I thought he was going to take it to the bottom and at least be door to door with you coming off the corner, and somehow you pulled him. What was the plan? How did it work out?
so the plan was once I got to the backstretch with one to go, my mindset was if I go below, he's going to go high. If I go high, he goes low. And for some reason on these short runs, the high side seems to be pretty dominant. So I took the chance of the high side, and I just got a really good run off of 4 and took off.
Where did
Bro.
Robert go?
Oh, I
Did we
wonder if
lose him?
Rob disconnected again.
I'm
Oh
here.
no!
I swear I'm
Oh,
here.
Oh, there you are. He finished. You were gone.
You know what it probably was is James. Come on, man. It's got to be more than that. I mean,
What? It
the-
just sounded too simple.
well, the last time James Pitt was back on lap 101, he was one of the
Yes.
drivers out there with the fewest pit stops out of the count of 4. The two
Really?
guys behind him had 6 and 10 pit stops. I mean, just being able to hang out that long on older tires. When we saw how well Tay McDonald was doing at the beginning of this race, you started back in 7th. Is there any way you thought you were going to come away with a win?
no, honestly, I mean, I right in the beginning of that race, I was I was burning the tires pretty bad, and I fell off quick. So my mindset the rest of the race was just save tires and then go for it at the end. But with that many cautions in the last 30 laps, I didn't use much tire. I didn't use as much tire as you probably thought I would. So I still was at a disadvantage, but with 2 to go, I mean, I just had to hit my marks and not overdrive it. And pretty much I kind of did in 4 with 2 to go, but um, after that, I was like, get your head in the game and let's just have a solid lap, and you have nothing to worry about.
All right. I haven't asked anybody yet, but in the next round, since you've secured the round of 12, which is going to be your favorite track? Texas, Talladega, or the Charlotte Roval?
Probably none of them, but it's
It's that round.
yeah. I
You
wish
know.
I had the win now from next round. I mean, I
Oh
felt more
no.
confident in this round than the next round, but I mean, if you had to go with one, I mean, it would have to be Texas. I mean, I'm not bad there, but I'm not the best. That's probably my best shot, and maybe Talladega too. I've had a lot of speed at super speedways. I mean, well, I don't know if you count Atlanta, but I had that win in Atlanta, and I was up front with those guys at Daytona until I got caught up in a wreck. But I was up there and I was fast at a lot of speed. So road courses, just throw that out the window. Maybe a top 10 if I'm lucky.
And that's if everybody else flings themselves into the tires, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no.
See, James and I are similar, right? Like, we're probably both glad that Roval race is in the round of 12 and not in the round of 8, because you can get away with a little bit more at that point. So
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit more of a buffer if you can survive Dega. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get punished at Martinsville. All right. James
We're not trying to talk about that right now,
Well, yeah,
Patrick.
Don't
that's out
forget
there.
to let him have his shout outs.
Woo! Yeah, shout out time.
Alrighty. Shout out to you guys at the broadcast as always. Shout out to the league. That was some great racing tonight. Sorry, Rob wasn't there.
I was there for a couple laps. It was all right.
A little bit. Shout out to Trevor Keith what a run for him. I mean, I gotta say that. I mean, he ran so great. He ran a good race. Unfortunately, he had a unfortunate disconnect in the beginning, but man, what a race he ran. Same for Grant. I mean, he was up there competing with us for the win. So shout out to them too. Shout out to my team. Trevor and I continue to have these at least top 10 runs. Fortunately, Chris had another bad night, but hopefully he could rally up next week. Shout out to the race sponsor, Echo Electric. And yeah.
Yeah. Chapman Environmental Services, Ultimate Siding and Gutters, and Butt Kicker. Well done, James. Congratulations. Congratulations on your win.
Patrick
for
never
the Echo
misses
Electric
them.
200, man.
He never forgets.
No, no.
All
That's why
right.
he's the professional.
Here we go. All righty, that's going to do it there for James, our winner here of the night at Texas Speedway. What a fantastic run. I can't wait to see what we've got coming up later on, honestly, because it's going to be definitely an insane schedule that we've got really chalked up here. I'm blown away with what we can come up with, but Bristol Motor Speedway will be next. I'm so excited about that, and that'll be for the All About Bugs 250. Definitely should be a blast to see how many drivers can stay alive at that track. Robert Raider will hopefully be back on the track. Appreciate you joining us here tonight with Stella. Willie, your last thoughts here, guys.
Well, I guess I'll start since I gave Stella the last one. Bristol's going to be good. I know that a lot of times people think that Bristol means we're going to see a lot of cautions, and I expect to see some for sure, but you might be surprised how clean Bristol can be, especially in this car. So I expect a really good race there, and I know James brought it up and others brought it up, but I do also want to shout out Echo Electric for sponsoring the race tonight. Tay McDonald had a really good run, especially early on, got caught out on pit strategy, and then obviously the issue at the choose cone that kind of put the final nail in the coffin there. But I mean, everybody knew he was here tonight, and he was super fast, and just keep those performances up, you'll end up in victory lane. But so shout out Echo Electric, glad to have them on board, and thank you guys for the broadcast tonight. You guys do an awesome job.
Oh yeah, anything from you, Stella?
Sounds good. No, I am looking forward to the short track, and I think it'll be fun. Maybe we'll watch on Sunday and see if we see any of these guys out there in the stands.
I might be able
We'll be
to have
there.
an opportunity to see these guys actually in real life, but hopefully we'll
Hold on,
work
wait.
that out.
Before you disappear, Patrick, quick question. If you had to pick one of the guys in the league to be the person who brings out the caution from climbing the fence and sitting at the top of it because they're just too drunk and out of control, who do you think that would be? Who would you pick?
Ooh.
You got to pick one. I put you on the spot. You got to pick one now.
I'm so glad you didn't ask me that.
Well, I don't
Oh,
know.
you're coming next.
I don't know. Justice is pretty wild, but Jeremy Burns is the young guy, so I don't know.
Good choice. It's a good choice.
Really? I'll have to take Michael Bennett then.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll make sure to let him know.
Oh, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you joining in here at Simtrax Broadcasting. Robert Raider here in the booth here with Stella. Stella will be live tomorrow night for the opener of Season 3 with the Doghouse Racing League. And if you guys want to tune in for the Racing Revolution, we will be here live next Wednesday for the Bristol race. That's going to be an excellent race. I can't wait. One of my all-time favorite tracks, but All About Bugs has the sponsorship for that one. They are definitely a great sponsor to have for the Racing Revolution League. But from all of us from Simtrax Broadcasting, appreciate you joining us tonight. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see all you guys next time.